What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin, and where do all fights start?
Round one.
Yes, sir. We got a lot to talk about, man. Listen, did Subriel Matias just slap the dog piss out of Teofimo Lopez? Let's talk about that. Listen, I got a lot to say about this Manny Pacquiao. I see that it's at the topic of a lot of people's minds. Did Mario Barrio take it easy on Manny Pacquiao? And how do you guys feel about it? Let's talk about that. We have a lot of boxing to cover, a lot of boxing to talk about. So hop on in, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, become a Round One Sports Talk member. And like always, let's hop right into this episode. So, where are we at here? Thank you for tuning in, guys, to Round One Sports Talk. And we have a lot to talk about. Uh, just yesterday, I had put on the screen the Teofimo Lopez and Subriel Matias confrontation. And I want to talk about this first, right? Because it goes to show you that eventually what you say out of your mouth is going to catch up to you. A lot of these fighters in today's age are use the tactic that we like to call clout chasing. It's where a guy doesn't really have anything scheduled, but he doesn't want to get out of the minds of the people, out of sight, out of mind. Because sometimes these fighters can take up to a year to enter the ring again. And in between time, they like to stir things up, right? Okay. Teofimo Lopez is one of those fighters that has done exactly that. Okay. Teofimo Lopez is the Ringside Magazine champion currently, right? And he holds the WBO. Teofimo Lopez has a record of 22 fights, 13 big ways by knockout, and he has one loss. Okay. Now, in recent years, months, and weeks, Teofimo Lopez has been in the headlines not for his boxing, but for his mouth. And he has said a lot of controversial things and then backpedaled on some situations, right? I said liquor, right? And when confronted by other boxers, okay, men that are in his profession, and he runs into these guys at events like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford went and put the pressure on Teofimo Lopez, and you could see it. Teo was like standing there like this, and Terrence had his hand around him. Okay. And if you're not familiar with Terrence Crawford, he's much more than just a boxer. He's a different beast, all entirety. He's the type of fighter that comes from mean streets and hard upbringing, but was an exceptional athlete. And a lot of coaches in a lot of different sports took notice to an athlete like Terrence Crawford. So he has done other sports, particular wrestling, and I hear he's pretty good at it. When he had Teofimo Lopez hemmed up at that event, and he said, "Look into the eye, into the camera, Teo." I said, "That way." Teo was like, right into the camera. He was stuck. Teofimo Lopez was out of gas that on that day. And the toughest thing he can do was resort to joking. Ha ha ha. No, that was, you know how it is, Terrence. We do that for publicity, clout chasing. Bro, he was shook. But some people said that Terrence Crawford didn't do enough. And I said he did more than enough. What do you mean? This is $1 million athlete. You want him to start acting like he just caught some dude on the street? No, there's too many eyes on Terrence. People can press charges like Teo on Terrence. They got film. They got evidence. It's a close. Yo, Terrence, don't do no dumb shit like that, right? But sometimes you gonna meet that fighter that's lived that life. You know when they say you about that life? Subriel Matias, he's about that life. He doesn't know how to joke around on social media. He doesn't know how to joke around as an individual, as a man. I know Subriel because I see him very well. Trust me. Men like that have been in places where he's been. Look, I don't have to say that his outcome, his upbringing was worse than yours or yours worse than his to identify a real one. No, he's just like that. Period. No matter where he would have been born in the world or what situation you would have put him in, Subriel would have been that type of dude. Those type, no nonsense type dudes. You're going to have to show me. I come from the show me state. That's Subriel. You don't play around with dudes like that unless you also are about it. Then there we go. But Teo wants to see him and quickly start joking. Brother, Subriel Matias did not take fond of what Teofimo Lopez said. Teofimo Lopez, we got video. I'm pretty sure all of you guys have seen it, right? Where he came out and said, oh, Puerto Rican fighters, they're easy. I'll beat them all. They were never no good. He knew what he was saying. Not in this era, any era. And he not only did he disrespect Puerto Rican fight, but he disrespected the island, the flag. We were nothing. Like his island and his fight, where he comes from, is the greatest fighters in the world, right? So Subriel, it got to his ears. It got to many of our ears. I'm smart enough to know that I would have never myself take it upon myself to save Puerto Rico and say, and I see Teofimo Lopez in an event and go, hey, Teo, what'd you say about my people? Like, no, I'm not going to play that role. No, I think there's a time and place for everything. And I was waiting for a Puerto Rican fighter to answer that bell. Subriel Matias ran into Teofimo Lopez, brother. Let me tell you something. What you saw unfold there was just the realness of Subriel Matias. He wasn't playing around. Teo's like, yo, you damn, bro, you look big already. Like hitting with his little corny demeanor. And Subriel was telling him, bro, you're lucky I saw you here with your father behind you and hundreds of cameras. Okay? And as soon as that security guard came out from the crowd and went in between them, it seemed like Teofimo Lopez got louder. Because while he was in front of him and there was nothing but opportunity and air, Teo was, hey, how you doing, buddy? Oh, shucks. Bro, just call it for what it was, bro. It all came out, bro. All the Academy Award goes to Teofimo Lopez for acting like a biatch, right? As soon as the guard got in between them, that's when and if you carefully listen to the audio, half that shit wasn't Teo. It was his dad. His dad was saying it. You could hear it in the voices when they change. And some people from the other side of Subriel's side was yelling some shit. But Subriel was telling him, listen, let me tell you something, bro. What you said, say it to my face. Say it to my face, right? Say it to my face right now, Teo. Bro, Subriel's like, it was that much bigger than Teo. Yo, I was like, oh, shit. Now, I've stood next to Subriel Matias. You guys see my pictures. You know what I'm saying? I've interviewed him. You know, he signed my shirt and shit. I stood next to Subriel. Me and Subriel, we're like this. We're like that. Yo, and Subriel looked like Teo looked like this. I was like, damn, Teo little, right? I was like, shit. So and I'm just bigger because they're in shape. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be in shape, right? So I could be bulky, right? But nah, I'm a lot bigger than Tio, bro. When I looked at that shit, I was like, damn, right? So Subiel goes and see, Subiel, he got himself into a position where now he felt he had to be a man of his word. He told all of us, he told the world, when I see you, Tio, me and you, we're gonna have a problem. There's gonna be some furniture moving. He's just lucky, Tio, that he got him in that right there. Had I'm I promise you, if Subriel Matias caught Tio in them hallways in the back, you know where you're like going to your car, you know where Caleb Plant slapped the Charlo twin when they were like in that place where they were going out. I swear on everything. If Subriel Matias catches Tio right there, Tio, get off the ground. What are you doing, puppy? Why are you laying on the ground? Oh shit, who's that? Oh shit, I only see the Subriel Matias, the back of his shirt. He's just walking off. Yo, Tio, yo, somebody get this man up, bro. Come on, bro, Tio. Yo, snap out of it. That's what you would have saw. I promise you. I promise you. He'd have laid Tio out back there. And then, but reality, what happened? They was in between each other, like at the thing, and Tio kept joking. He's trying to like YouTube the moment. And Subriel was like, bro, I'm not playing with you. Smack. And he smacked the shit out of him. Fucking Tio's glasses went like this and shit. He was so like shook. He didn't even fix his glasses. You just got the shit smacked out of you, and you didn't even go back. You didn't swing back at him. And you stood like that, and your shit was twisted. So your shit is twisted. You're standing there like this, and you're in your feelings, and you don't know what to do. That's what the fuck just happened. He smacked reality into you. You just can't say shit and think we're just gonna talk through it. So Brielle was a man of his word. He said, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. So did Subriel do what other fighters that were walking by him every day, that were training with him in sparring gyms? None of them did shit. None of them said any. He thought he can get away with anything. Teal. Nobody put him in his place. Terrence Crawford shook him. Yes, he shook him. But once he got out of that, he was back to being Teo. Teo just, this is what he did. So I was like, so Brielle finally put that man, on like, he let him know, listen, no, you're going to have to answer for that. And could this be a potential fight? Is Teo going to run again? Now a man physically slapped you, and you're both champions in the same weight division. You were offered the fight before. You walked away for, I don't know, whatever reason, but it worked out for you because you fought Jose Barboza. Okay, good. I'll give you that. But now, could this be a potential fight to come in? Goki, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Yo, salute, Edwin. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling okay. How you feeling?
Yo, I'm feeling good, man. Yo, salute Frontline. Welcome.
Okay, what's up, man?
What's
Yeah, I
up,
wanted to
Frontline?
tell you guys real quick. When all this blew up, the Matias slap, right? When I was looking it up, I noticed that there was some channels that were anti Matias channels that uploaded content dissing Matias, calling Matias a duck, saying that Matias is afraid of Haney, that Matias don't want to fight Haney, this and that, right? And
Mhm.
this, I'm gonna blow it up here because I know this don't got nothing to do with you, round one. You the man, right?
Okay.
This is just Koki. This Koki on my behalf, right? Fucking 7-8 Sports and Blue Blood TV, two fucking job motherfuckers that talk shit about Matias, and now they're sucking Matias off because Matias did something that their guys wouldn't do. Matias is something he slapped Teo, and now they're trying to no, they're saying that, oh, Matias is my favorite fighter. Matias this, Matias that. And it's like, no, you guys talk shit about Matias for 2 years, and I've seen it. And
Mhm.
this is what they do. They'll get a fighter that, if he's against a guy that's against their guy, enemy is my friend type
Right.
shit. And now I noticed that Blue Blood, his video got 30K views in a day. And the first one that uploaded the video was the guy that what's his name? Filosofo, the guy in
El,
the pajamas, the guy that
el filósofo.
yo,
Yeah.
that guy uploaded it first. I swear he uploaded it first. And then I see these guys upload it, and I'm like, you guys didn't even give credit to the fucking guy that uploaded it first, who's a fucking Boricua, a guy from the island, a guy that talks about this shit every day. So I was upset because these American, content uploaders, they want to ride Matias now because they see that it's getting views and shit. Just like this guy does, golden era boxing too. He's another dickhead that he uses Matias's name to for his views.
Yeah. And Kogi, listen, you have the right to feel the way you feel. Salute to you. Thank you for sharing what you feel. But this just goes to show me that Matias is turning haters into fans. It's showing me the power of big wins and the respect that they're putting on his name. No matter if they get clicks of view or he get 30,000, that's 30,000 Matia eyes. Okay. So this is an ugly business where they shit on our guy or they shit on this one guy, and then all of a sudden they'll jump and say, no, no, he's the best. He did this, he did that. Okay, that's fine. But I'm starting to learn real fast that I can't take things like that personal because it also just gave 30K views to my guy. And for that, I'm thankful. For them trying to cloud chase and in this game, man, I think that I've had some pretty good takes that I feel like I deserved a lot of views. It just doesn't go like that sometimes, unfortunately. And that guy Philosopher, the one that you dropped the video, you're damn right. He should have got more, and more views and more eyes. And I wish it was like that. I think I'm better than some of these other guys, but I'll never publicly come out and say it, but I'll feel that way. And I just get up the next day and I do what I have to do. But hey, if they're gonna ride our guy,
Yo,
during the time
Edwin,
there. Yeah, what up, brother?
can you pull up that video? Can you pull up that video that was sent in the WhatsApp chat?
Uh I I even forget how to do this crap. I was gonna do it today. I would have to look it up. I looked it up on YouTube. I got the slap one if you want that one up.
The one that's up close and personal.
Okay, the one that's up close and personal. Hold on. Let me
Yo,
okay, hold
salute
on.
to Bang Bang Boogie in the chat. Salute
All right,
to
I got
Seco
you.
Fire.
Yep. Go ahead. Yo, read out some of those messages for me, frontline if you can, or okay.
Go ahead, Cookie.
So we got right. Teofimo looked like a 15-year-old girl in front of his American idol. Me la saco con sabor. Yo, Teo Senior can't do nothing. If he gets a court case, he can get deported. Bang Bang Boogie says, I can't wait to hear what No Boxing has to say. Yo, Low went to bed crying. That his boy Teo got slapped.
Yep. Go ahead. Continue.
Let's watch this. I'm gonna let this play real quick. Let's see this video.
You want to see the video? Okay.
Yeah.
This is for educational purposes. We're gonna be playing Subriel Matias confronting Teofimo Lopez at a boxing event, and this is what took place. I wish there was a way I could blow this up.
Gordo, este está gordo. Falló la semana pasada. Tú no se puede hacer, Teo, se puede hacer, viejo. When
No, that's not it, Edwin.
Which one?
I think it's a different one.
Okay, hold on.
Listen, man, everybody ain't finna play them
Not
social
that
media
one.
games with you, man.
Tampoco.
Sooner or later, it's gonna be on site. It's on a matter of time, sooner or later.
Tampoco.
Unbelievable.
Look at this
Two-time
is
junior
Blue Blood.
Yo, look at
welterweight
that
world
idiot. Look at that
champion
idiot.
Yep, yep,
Subriel
Look at that nigga.
Matias,
Yo, look
Puerto
at that nigga
Rican
cloud
superstar
chasing. Look at
boxer,
that. Look at
That's
that
not
and
it,
is
clout.
Edwin.
currently
yep.
Sigue. Nope.
This is
Keep
where he
going down.
smacked him. Hold on, I want
Bang
to see
Bang.
it. I want to see
Bang
it.
Bang shared it
Look, look,
in
look,
the
look,
group
look,
chat.
look,
You
look.
can go to
Look,
that
slap
and
him.
play it on
Smack
YouTube.
the shit out of him. Okay, what was it? What were you saying?
Bang Bang is the one that shared it in the group chat. Go to the group chat, right?
Yep.
And it should be the last one that he sent with Matias, and then it'll tell you the name of the ¿cómo se llama? The name of the channel, and then you can pull it up that way.
All right, hold on.
Because that one was like up close and personal. What was said and the smack, you could hear the cocotazo.
Mm. I definitely want to see that. Yo, shout out to Bang Bang for finding that too.
Well, Bang Bang
Yeah.
be everywhere.
Yeah, like Bang Bang knows.
Ah. All right, what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Hold on, let me put ourselves back up on the screen. Let me get my phone, and I'm just gonna do that. What you just said. I'm gonna have to copy the link.
Yo, the ticket says Teo, come out and play like the Warriors.
Yeah.
uh,
Yo, Till in that video, you're gonna see it. Till Senior didn't say or do shit till security got in the way. When security got in the way, he started popping off, talking about get this motherfucker out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You saw
That
that.
bitch
Wh-
ass.
yo,
You
Edwin,
yep.
Melassa said you need to bring Authentico in here. He speaks broken English for now. He needs practice.
Uh,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
you go bring him here. You can practice with us.
Yeah, you can practice with us right here.
All
Absolutely.
of us speak broken English here.
Hell yeah. Come on, swing
Authentico's
through.
good. Mikey, La Esquina del KO. That's
Yeah,
another
him
one.
too.
I invited his ass over here too, but I'm not
Oh
yet out.
yeah.
Yo, we got a couple guys though. I feel like we're pretty deep in the Puerto Rican YouTube community.
Yo, I was in
Yeah.
Broadway Joel's channel, bro, roasting the shit out of all them domies.
Oh
Oh
no,
yeah.
Yeah, they mad. They
yeah.
still
Nah.
mad.
Yo,
Yeah.
that Puello loss is everything for them, though. You know that loss was like their history. Like if they would have won that, they would have claimed that they were better than us at boxing.
No, the thing
Y
is,
César Seda me mama el bicho, el cabrón ese.
chill. I want to get monetized. Listen, yo, listen. No. Vamos a hablar claro, ¿verdad? Okay.
Eso
First
es
of all,
choteando. Hablando claro, es choteando.
hey, that's how they do it. That's the new style, right? But what I'm saying is, before this fight, just before coming in, they were yelling that Carlos Adames was the greatest Dominican fighter. And some would say that, yeah, okay, we were saying it because he was the heaviest. Okay, boom. No, it goes to show you that Alberto Puello was their guy. He was the guy to beat for them right now as a champion. He was the one that had the most, I believe, success. So yo, I'm a little confused too on it because the last one that Bam Bam Boogie sent me was this one.
Ah, ven otro cabrón. Hold on.
Mira,
No.
lo ve.
Keep scrolling up. So
Up
okay. You got one that says Teofimo Lopez versus Subriel Matias. That was by Naldo. Then there's one that says Bang Bang on it that says never seen up and close video. It's above Arnaldo's reply where he said watch repeat, and so on. I
that
can't
one.
stop watching and laughing.
That one.
Hold on, I'm on a different screen. Hold on, let me see. Yes,
Oh,
that one. Yes.
that one.
So click on it on your phone. At the
Yep.
very bottom, you're gonna see the name of the channel.
No, no me enseña. Viste.
Oh no, go back, close it out, hit the
Oh,
YouTube link. You just hit the video to play. That's why. Hit
oh,
the YouTube
this
link.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I look at the bottom. It's
Ahí, I got you. I got you. I got you. I
not
got you.
go to that chant. You type that channel in, or type the actual the title of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what it says here. ¿Qué dice aquí? The video says WBO champ versus WBC champ. Trash talking each other.
I can
That's
find
what
it like that.
you should be able to.
Okay, okay, that's exactly what I'm typing right now.
Put WBO champ
WBO champ.
versus WBC champ. Trash talking each other. Yeah, bang bang, we do. Omar Flo is a real one, and he speaks both languages. Yo, Koki, you gotta check out Omar Flo.
I
You'll
met
fuck
him
with
in
him.
New York. I met him in New York. We
Oh, you
talked.
did?
Yeah, he's the one
Omar,
with the braids, right? The long
no,
braids.
no, hell no.
Yo,
Not.
I've seen him at a boxing gym before too. I've seen him in person.
Omar
He-
Flo?
yeah, he
I
was
have
in the
him
gym in New
confused.
York one time.
Oh, I don't know, but
Yeah, he's
he's a
pretty
goat.
known in the boxing community.
I
It's not
got
like
it, guys.
All right, share that. Yo, Koki, you gotta see this shit, bro.
Okay, I got
I
it.
can't
I
wait.
got it. You guys ready?
Yo, special like everybody.
All right, here we go. Bam, here it is. This is the one. Let me see if I let me put up all volume. Okay, good.
Oh, right there. Yo, you see that? Yo, see that?
Oh shit!
No, you saw that, right?
His fucking shit teleported. Yo, you hear his father?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, oh, oh shit! Damn, so he
People don't realize that.
yeah.
Yo, Subriel's about that life.
Yeah, I think he's picking the wrong side of Matias, man. That's a
Hold up, I
very
gotta see some again. I gotta see some again. Hold up.
yo. You hear how loud that was?
Yeah.
Yo, that was a smack. Yo, low nose boxing. I'm glad you're here so you can see your boy get smacked up
Yo,
close and
yo,
personal.
yo, yo,
Yeah,
check, check,
low.
yo, his shit was crooked.
Yo,
His glasses.
he said "Date quieto." Like,
Yo, rewind that, rewind that.
yo, he said "Date quieto."
He fixed his glasses. You saw that?
Yeah.
Tú eres un huele bicho.
Yo,
You can hear it. You can hear
yo,
the slap,
Para que
bro.
siga hablando mierda, canto
Yo,
cabrón.
you can hear
yo.
the
Shout out. Wait,
slap.
hold on, yo. Shout out to Subriel Matias 71-inch reach for that slap, man. That's
Shout
impressive,
out to that 71-inch reach.
man. That's
Yo,
insane.
but you saw when security got in between them, how then Teo Senior popped in talking about get this motherfucker the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
like he's the don of the building, like he controls security. Get him out of
Stop.
here. Get the fuck out of here.
Stop it, low.
Yo,
listen,
they were
yo,
behind a whole bunch of Teal supporters because in that section, Teal was going there to take pictures because his father was chatting with the little fanboys right there. So he was like, yeah, I just called my son. He's on his way. And fucking Subriel was walking up and caught his ass. Bing! Hey, how you doing, buddy? What was that shit you were saying? Smack.
hey, if you
Yo.
can't hurt Matias, man, yo, Matias ain't Clygan, man. You're not gonna go 12 rounds and do that, back and forth shit,
Yeah.
unless you're gonna headbutt him and clinch him. If that's part of the game plan, go for it. But I don't think Tio's a clincher. Does he clinch? Is Tio a hugger? I don't know.
Teo, one thing, look, one thing, as much as I can't stand Teo, I got to give it to him. The motherfucker got good IQ in the ring. He knows how to use his feet. He
Yeah.
doesn't clinch. He doesn't clinch. He's almost like a puello. Like he knows how to get out the way and but here's the yeah bang bang for sure.
On
Play that shit on
repeat.
play that shit on repeat.
On repeat.
But Teo got good footwork. Here's the problem. The problem is that at 140, Teo doesn't have that pop that he had at 35.
Yeah. You don't.
He knocked out a old ass Ocampa, and it took him 8 rounds to do it.
Yeah.
Ojo Santiago, on the other hand, went and knocked him out in 2 rounds.
Yeah, I remember that fight too.
And I think it was Taínos versus Azteca.
Yeah.
Yo, I think Teo's smart, and everything you just said are the same thing that they said about all Subriel Matias's victims. They had footwork. They were intelligent fighters,
Well,
strong
that's what I was gonna
punchers.
say.
Alberto Puello has even more intelligent feet than Subriel.
Yes,
He made him go into a position where at times he was just reacting and surviving in the fight. He had to like look for his confidence in breaks where Matias was actually taking a breather in between rounds. That's where Alberto Puello was shining the best. When Matias, it looked like he was fatiguing a little, but in actuality, what he was doing is he was trying to like gather his composure, you know what I'm saying, and get his second wind.
Yeah.
Um, and Alberto Puello saw that. I think he anticipated that the fight was gonna be some way like that. I don't think he anticipated the pressure and that he couldn't stop Subiel. It's one
but
thing to know what he can do. Listen to me, guys. It's one thing you know what he can do. It's like Errol Spence Jr. I know what the fuck he's gonna do. He fights the same way every time, but these guys couldn't stop him. They
Uh,
couldn't stop it.
I think Poirier wanted to box Matias. I think Poirier wanted to fight Matias at a distance, but keeping Matias off you is like, it's like going outside and not having a fucking mosquito hit you. It's like
Right.
he's gonna be on you. He's gonna be on you. The thing is, I think Puello was ready to like. He's like, if I'm not gonna box, what's my game plan? And he saw what Paro did, how Paro was able to clinch Matias, keep his punch output under 90 punches, and Paro, that worked for him despite how it looked. It worked because Matias, he's not throwing. If you look at the CompuBox, Matias is not throwing 90 punches in these rounds. So, and it makes it easier for Pollo, but he has to clinch and he has to rely on the ref to be like, okay, hopefully he doesn't take the point off me, but I'm gonna do this the whole fight. And I think Tio has a better style for Matias because off the footwork thing, right? Matias he's off balance a lot, so I think Tio could catch Matias, obviously, right? But like Frontline said, that pop was that pop at 140. He didn't show it. Though he got like two knockouts and his last like what 11 fights, 10 fights. So Tio is not like stopping opponents. Steve Claggett got 8 losses and Tio went 12 rounds. He had panda eyes for fucking Steve Claggett, man. Come on. And
well,
then yeah,
here's where I see the downfall of Teo against Matias. The downfall with Teo is going to be very simplistic. Teo is an excellent fighter off the back foot. Now, mind you, what I'm giving you is me seeing him at 35,
mm,
not at 40. At 35, he was a great fighter off his back foot. Here's the difference. Matias, everybody, they said that, oh, Puello's going to beat Matias because he beat Gary Antoine Russell, and Gary Antoine Russell's a pressure fighter. What they fail to realize is that Matias' pressure is totally different than any other fighter.
yeah,
So, that being said, Teal could be on his back foot all day. Doesn't matter. Guess where Matias is going to be? Right in his face. That's the difference between somebody who knows how to apply pressure and cut the ring off versus somebody like Gary Antoine Russell who knows how to apply pressure but doesn't cut the ring off while applying pressure.
right,
The irony here of all of this, right? I hear you guys break down both your analogy of why and the how, and they're great. But what I can't help but notice that we're starting to talk about Subriel Matias in a way that what is it? The style to beat him is now clinching. So
Unfortunately, yes.
everything we're breaking down is catered to a man that would have to clinch. Alberto Puello was never a clincher, but did he turn into one in that fight? Yes,
yeah,
he did. And so won't Teofimo Lopez. And so didn't every other guy that faced that boogeyman that is Subriel Matias. I hear you guys break down your the ways and the everything, but it also comes down to that Liam Paro fight and what it took to beat him. What was the recipe? Clinching, not fighting, not boxing, not your footwork, not your slick style. You got to grab the man because he's a real monster. Because all the boxers that have tried, that have walked up and tried that slick style, and I'm going to move around them and everything else, this is what we come down and break it down to. That you're going to have to grab them to beat them? Really? So it's like, why can't they see his dominance? Why can't they see Subriel Matias' style for what it is? It's because everybody's in love with the slick style and they have this perception of what boxing should look like. They no longer see awkward fighters or dominant fighters such as Subriel Matias. They don't understand what he's doing. He's very, very defensively sound. And the stigma that they have put against him is that he gets hit a lot. Well, I disagree. I challenge anybody to go to watch Alberto Puello fight. See how slick Subriel was in blocking a lot of those punches and slipping them. Yes, he did get tired. They are human, and they were fighting at a very high pace.
Edwin, was it you that brought it up that Matias he blocks like the old school fighters? Was it you that mentioned that?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I feel like you brought up that point that like back in the day, the guys used to fight with the the glove on the ear, holding the glove like the phone and
Right.
all that, catching
Right.
punches on the glove. So I think it was you because Matias could be defensively responsible, like you said.
Hmm.
It's just his warrior spirit. He wants you to give him his best shot. He wants you to throw your hardest shot. Because once you give that away, what's next? Your second best shot, your third best shot. He already takes your best one. So it's
Yeah.
like Matias, he tries to psychologically bring guys into that trench of warfare. He's like, throw your grenade. You're gonna run out of grenades, and I'm gonna make you use your fucking your butter knife.
Right.
He's gonna leave you without your arsenal. So I think Teo though, because I know Frontline wants to make this point about Teo too. His feet, right? Teo has like some great feet, but Teo does get caught too. He's off balance a lot, and I think that would make it an interesting fight because Teo's not the perfect guy. He does get dropped. He got dropped twice by Sandor Martin, and Sandor Martin, he's not a power guy,
Yeah.
but
Wait. I think also when you talk about Teal's feet are good evading. Let's get that right. Teal's feet are not good going forward because he had such good feet. He would have been able to cut off the ring against
I
Jermaine
guess
Ortiz.
Ortiz, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's
So
fair too.
if he had such great feet, he would have been able to understand that
Yeah,
his feet are good evading going backwards.
right.
Yes. Okay. And he has fairly good feet on the inside and stuff, and he moves good angles. Yes. But
But
he's
guys,
not
when
complete.
guys try to get out those counters, they try to get out that exit point. When you teach boxing to a kid and be like, you want to exit this way. So I
Right.
feel like when he tries to exit in those directions, he does
Mhm.
get caught. And I feel like with
Mhm.
Matias throws those short punches. So I think Matias will be able to kind of, not show what he's throwing. Matias could feint. I think Matias could feint him into, falling for like one of those, power jabs that Matias throws. I think Matias could do it, but I think that's a great fight. It needs to be done anyway. You got slapped, man. You got
Yeah.
right in front of everybody, man. So you got to fight Matias.
So Edwin, I'm glad you brought up the Jermaine Ortiz name.
Hmm.
Remember when Teal fought Jermaine
Yep.
after the fight? What did he say? What was his exact words? His exact words were, "Oh, I can't fight like this. I want somebody who's gonna come fight." Right?
Hmm.
I don't want a runner. I don't want this. I don't want that. Long story short, I say that to say when he fights Matias, he's gonna be in that same position that Jermaine was by running. The only
Mm.
thing is he's
Oh
not gonna
yeah.
be able to get away. And at the
Yeah.
end of that fight, what Subriel needs to what he needs to say, you talk shit about Jermaine Ortiz, but you were doing the same thing, trying to get away from me. And you
Mm.
gotta understand, like Bang Bang just pointed out, it's personal for Matias. It's not about money or none of that. It's personal.
Right.
He said it in an interview. I don't know if it was Fight Hype or another channel, but what he said was Teal didn't disrespect me directly.
Yeah.
He disrespected my flag, and that's a no no.
Well,
So
no, no, it just goes to show you that sometimes, these fighters say things, right? But you're gonna be held accountable and you're gonna run into these other guys that you work with. There are other fighters and nations and nationality, and the fans can put pressures on fighters, to do certain things or to at least say something. Tio has been photographed since he said most of this stuff out of his mouth in gyms around other fighters, and no fighter has, really did anything. Does that allow Teofimo Lopez to say, I can continue to say things? Is anybody going to halt him in his tracks? And lo and behold, here comes our savior, Subriel Matias, the real one that had to come out and he Subriel says like, yo, if I say some shit and you see me and you hold me, then I would feel the same way. But Subriel Matias' mindset is different than a Teofimo Lopez, as we can see. Teo knows these YouTube streets, and he thinks that what he does is to hype up and promote. He doesn't think that he hurts anybody's feelings. He doesn't think that there's hardcore fans that expect this from the fighters that live, breathe, die. That guy's fan. We see him every day. These Tank Davis fans are crazy, but they're loyal. I can say that much. They are loyal. So, when you do that to other fighters, and look, lo and behold, boom, they run into each other, and what happens? Tio shows the world I'm not playing around, and I want a shot at your belt, and all this shit about me ducking, you ducking. Well, I just smacked the shit out of you. Now the ball's in your court. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? You're walking around, you're the WBO champion, right? And you're claiming to be the best in our division at 140, and I just smacked you. And go. What do you do now? You
well,
know?
Teal's claim to fame of being the best at any said division is because he goes after the quote unquote Ring Magazine belt, and he thinks because he becomes a lineal champ that he's the best in that division. That's not how it works. Teal's big on using that triangle theory where I beat the man that beat the man, so I'm unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Cambosis, a bum, and he beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want
So
to go.
you
I don't want to go off topic on you guys, but I wanted to ask you guys a question. Turkey Al Sheikh, he wants Matias to fight, Dalton Smith, and then the winner of that gets Alberto Puello, right? And Tio doesn't have a fight lined up, and Gary Antoine Russell, he's supposed to fight Andy Hiroka, right? But for Tio, and I thought about this for a while, right? A lot of Tio female fans, they say that, hey, Matias, he lost to Paro. Matias is not the boogeyman. He lost to Paro. I want to ask, Edwin in Frontline and everybody in the chat, how do you guys think Teofimo Lopez does against Liam Paro in a title fight?
Whoa. Frontline, you want to go first?
yeah, I'll be honest with you, bro. He got beat by an Australian before. um and Paro's, in my opinion, 100 times better than Cambosis.
Yeah, I think he's better than Cambosis 100%.
So that being said, and Cambosis was able to drop Tio, even though it was a flash knockdown, he still dropped him. Paro hits way harder than Cambosis.
Yeah, that's an
So
awkward style for Tio.
right. So in my I'm gonna be honest with you. Pre Subriel, I say Paro beats him. Pre Subriel. Right now, if you saw Paro's last fight,
Oh, yeah.
he won by knockout, but he did not look good at all. And one thing that I've always said and I stand on is that win or lose, and Edwin's backed this claim up before as well. Win or lose after fighting Subriel, you're not the same fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're asking me if they fought like right now, I would say it'll probably be a hell of a fight.
Who wins? Come on, spit it out. Who wins? Come
You
on, you're
know,
beating around the
yo,
bush.
is the hate that I got towards Tio? I would say Pyro, but it'll be a good fight. I
Yeah,
would
that'd be a
go with
good fight.
Pyro. I would go with Pyro for other reasons outside of my hate towards Tio. I would say Pyro will outbox him. Pyro's got a chin, so and Tio hasn't knocked nobody out at 40. Yeah, I would go with Pyro. I would go with Pyro in a very, 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 very competitive fight. But
Well,
I got Pyro winning.
obviously, I'm not gonna put my money on anything Frontline says. You know what I'm saying? We've
Mhm.
learned that
Uh,
before, right? Okay. So I'm gonna say that I tell you right now, I think that Teal's a better fighter than Richard Hitchison, and Richard Hitchison beat Liam, and I think that the style that what happened on the night with George Camboza, I'm gonna tell you right now, I put Teal into fight George Camboza 10 times. George Camboza beats him once. Teal beats him 9 times. Um, Teal's a better fighter than George Camboza, but the only thing is he couldn't get out of his head on that night. We saw it on full display. He just his arrogance. He thought that he could, and his father kept yelling at him, "Just knock him out." Yo, his whole team fell apart on him on the most important fight of his night. And Teo in his head, he was past George Camboza. He truly, that is the definition of overlooking your opponent. That is the truth. You could play that video to describe that point. And I'm telling you right now, Teofimo Lopez is a way better fighter than fucking George Camboza. And that's what fucking hurts him, right? But if you put Liam Paro in against Teofimo Lopez now, after that beating with Subriel Matias, you could see that it's Liam Paro, that warrior thing to lock in, bite down on the mouthpiece. That's what he had to do against Richard Hitchison. He couldn't do it, could he? He's not going to be able to do it against Teal. Teal's a smarter fighter, a more crafty fighter. I think he'll beat Liam Paro and he'll beat him convincingly. Like, for some strange reason, the bigger names bring out the best in Teal, and he gets this fucking with these average guys. He does this. He fights weird, right? He fought Josh Taylor, amazing, and he's the one that really definitively, in my mind, finally beat Josh Taylor. It was Teo. Nobody else. Yo, he lost that fight against Josh Klajic, man. You know, and nobody really beat Josh Taylor, and Teo really beat him. And I think he would beat Liam Paro. You put him in the ring with Liam Paro right now, Teo beats him. I think he'll beat him. You get a focus minded Teo. He's dangerous. The only thing that Teo's not a complete fighter. Teo is basically fighting off pure athletic talent. That's how he fights. If he would be dangerous if he had a real coach, Teo, he would be real dangerous because what Teo is doing is God given. That's what he's doing. He's fighting off instinct, rhythm, and his abilities. That's how Teo's winning these fights. That's all how he's been. Teo doesn't understand true boxing. You could see it in his performances. He's the kind of guy that if he has to, he'll bite down on the mouthpiece. He'll slug with you if need be, and he felt your power. He tried to do it with Barboza, and Barboza caught him with that big shot and split his eye and slowed Teo down. He was starting to get a little amp. So you could see that Teo doesn't know the fine art of boxing because he would have never got caught with that shot. He would have set his way in. He's just real talented. That's what Teo is. So
Between my bad guys, between
yeah,
Puello and Cruz, who you guys got in a fight, Isaac Cruz and Alberto Puello.
Isaac Cruz, Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah, Pitbull.
Puello
Oh,
destroy him.
Puello will time him right. He'll time
Right.
the shit out of fucking Eastside Pitbull Cruz with those wild ass big lunging shots. I think he's just a smarter fighter. I expect that.
You
This
guys
is
think you think Cruz gets frustrated with the footwork?
you got to understand,
Yeah.
Cruz is not the same pit bull at 35 that he is at 40. Just like
Yeah,
Tio,
100%. Yep.
bro. He just
He
fought
looked pretty good.
Salcedo,
He looked pretty good against that 36-hour guy.
bro.
30,
You
36
you
hours.
couldn't knock out a guy who trained for a 8 round fight and took you 12. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, that guy was tough. That guy was Ford tough.
Man,
Yeah.
that guy brought my Uber Eats and he went to the fight.
Yo,
Shout out to him.
speaking of that, did you guys see the interview yesterday with Cesar Seda and Rohan Polanco?
No, no, I
Bro,
didn't get to
Rohan
see it.
Polanco was talking greasy.
About
He
Matias.
said he said Matias is easy work.
Oh, what a bitch.
He said easy work. He said Matias, he's one dimensional, which he said he's just copy paste repeat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's
that's what
not
he said before. He said he called him a locatron before. He was saying that his style is
Logotron, yeah.
fucking all that. But he talk a lot of shit.
Hmm.
So he said that he would get Matias out like Teo, 4 to 5 rounds, easy work. But
Really?
my question is, I like Rohan. Don't get me wrong, I like Rohan. He's got good potential. He's got pop, and I like his style. The problem is, let's be honest, he's good at his level. Once he steps up his competition,
Oh, that's what we got to see.
that's what we got to see. The other thing is, he hasn't been tested yet, and,
No,
and
he hasn't. No.
what I mean by that, he hasn't been touched in the jaw yet.
Well, he's not by a big puncher. No, he's been
Cor-
touched in
well,
the jaw,
yeah,
but
no, he's
not
been
by a
touched in
big
the jaw.
puncher.
Yeah, right. That's what I meant. He
Yeah.
has his chin hasn't been tested,
No,
and
not it's not Ford tough yet.
right. So for him, I mean, I get it. These boxers, they have to call out the big names. They want to get these
Hmm.
big fights. I get it, but when you talk shit, let's be realistic with the shit you talk.
Well, guys try to that's the thing in boxing. They're gonna attach their names to great fighters, just like Teal did. Let's just take down a little walk down memory lane with Teal. Okay, he attached his name to Terrence Crawford. He attached his name to Jerron Boots Ennis. He attached his name to Brian Norman Jr. He attached his name to Shakur Stevenson. He attached his name to Subriel Matias. He attached his name. Listen, TO fighters, they do this shit. Rohan Polanco, didn't he move up to 147 anyway?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
but
at
he said he's willing to
147.
go down to 40 though to
Right.
fight
And
Matias.
oh, listen.
He
You
can't
could
make 40. He's too big.
you could say anything you want in front of a microphone. We've seen that. But when a real one pulls up, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
conversation changes.
Yep.
I want to see Rohan against Flas.
Uh, we all want to see that. As a matter of fact, let's not bypass what we just bypassed. Okay, that Gary Antoine Russell against Andy, that's a
Oh,
tough
that's gonna
fight.
be good. Yeah, that's gonna be
That's
good.
a tough fight. He better
That's
get
gonna be
past
good. Yeah,
him. I
they
don't
got
know
they got
how.
they got Andy ranked up very high too on Box Strike. He's number 2 in the division
I thought he's number one in the WBO. No, he's
in
number. You're right. You're
yeah
right.
in the
WBO,
ranking, but in the
IBF.
overall they have Tio. Then I think Matias and him. I don't know, but he's ranked higher than Gary Antoine Russell. I'm like, really?
Well,
Because
well,
Box Strike is weird with their rankings. They're very
yeah.
awkward.
On Boss Source, Andy's the WBA number one. That's where he's number one in. That's the only one they have him number one is for the WBA. Andy
Salute to
Russell.
Carlos in the chat, giving a shout out to Round One Sports Talk.
Salute, salute. Yeah, and I think that's a tough fight for him. So when he gets past that, the only guy in the division that I honestly thought that would fight Subriel Matias was Gary Antoine Russell. I believed it when he said it.
Yeah,
I believed it. I looked into his eyes and I said, that's a man right there that's not bullshitting. He'll take a shot at Subriel Matias.
Hey,
And
Edwin, we got to play that thing one more time. Carlos just came in. We got to play that video for Carlos
oh
one
yeah,
time.
let's play that a few times on
We,
let's
we,
replay.
play it
we you got to
again.
put
Let's
that
play
on.
it again.
Yo, you got to play it again for Carlos in case you didn't see it. Carlos, disfruta, papá, que te va a gustar.
Okay, we got a request. We got a on the request line. All right, here we go. Okay, let me play it from the beginning though. Let's get it all the way back. Let's get it all the way back here. full sound. Let's get some volume. Mic check.
Yo,
Okay, here we go.
pero yo, Carlos, before he plays it, listen very close al cocotazo que le dio el cabrón.
Listen, it's gonna be in 4K. Here we go.
¿Qué pasó? En noviembre, ¿cuánto van a pelear? No, llévatelo para allá. ¿Cuánto van a pelear? ¿Cuánto van a pelear? ¿Cuánto van a pelear?
Ahí como. Ay.
Yo, remix.
No, llévatelo para allá.
Ahora llévatelo para allá, cabrón.
Yo, Lopez Senior is pissed off. Yo, look at Matias. Yo, Matias got the pimp hand slap. He got the pimp hand slap ready.
That's that
Yo,
up
shout out
close
to
and personal
Two-Tone.
right there. Not a lot of people got that.
Ah,
Two-tone in the building. What up?
Two-Tone showing love. Sports One Round Talk.
hey, yo, check it out. Hear it again. Here.
¿Cuánto van a pelear?
Oh,
¿Cuánto van a pelear?
yo, readjustment.
¿Cuánto van a pelear?
Yo, you heard
Yo,
that?
look at Matias' face.
No, llévatelo para allá.
Yo, Matias is not playing games, bro. Look at his face.
He ain't
No,
playing.
llévatelo para allá.
Yo, Matias got them scary eyes, bro. He got them like horror movie eyes.
Yeah, he about that life. That yo, I've been telling people for the longest. Matia built different.
Yeah, he got them
Bill,
scary eyes, bro. Like,
man, listen. Some. Oh, let me turn this down. That's mad loud. I hear myself in the thing.
Oh yeah, Coquillo, about your point that you said earlier about why everybody's talking about Subriel, like the other channels and shit. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they did Matias did something that all their other guys couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Or
why they
didn't
giving
do. Or
yeah.
didn't do. Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
did. Right, exactly.
Right. You know, because I said that. I said that Teo has been photographed, videotaped around these guys after some of the statements that he said. And some of these boxers have got backlash because of it. Yo, why didn't you do anything to Teo then? Why didn't you say anything? Richard Hitchison, you were right in front of his face. Why didn't you, X, Y, and Z? There's been
Yo, I'm gonna read
multiple.
some of these chats for you, Edwin. Vaughn
Okay.
Greenhill said, Subriel, my niggas, yo, Teo deserved that smack 100. TM says, what the fuck? Two-Tone said, what up, panel, in round one. Vaughn Greenhill said, Teo, fuck nigga, 100, 100, 100. Ace Candace, hey, Tone, this is my first time here. Round one. What's good?
That's good.
And Carlos said, we can't wait to get him on the ring with Subriel. Nardo Nieves in the chat. Shout out to Naldo. You already know Naldo
Oh,
in the chat.
wait. Speaking of Naldo, yo, happy birthday, Naldo.
Happy birthday,
Yo,
brother.
Naldo, feliz cumple. Yo, Naldo, happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
Big happy birthday to Naldo right there.
My boy Naldo, happy birthday to you, brother.
Yeah.
Salute.
We're gonna do a song. We're gonna sing for him. Nah, no, all
You know what I'm saying?
right. You don't get that special treatment.
No. Let's go from the top.
No, I can't sing.
Birthday
Birthdays.
to you, Naldo. Happy birthday to you, Naldo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Naldo. Yeah, my man. Yo, he's one of the real ones. He's been around since the beginning. Salute, Naldo. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day.
So, what's next for Teo then? Because I'm not. Let's not say he's going to fight Matias. You know that's not going to happen. Turkey already said he don't want to deal with Teo. He already done with Teo. Like even if Teo apologizes, so there's not going to be any Turkey and Teo negotiations going on. So, who does Teo fight? Does he fight Hitchens, or what's going to happen?
Yo, I'm sorry. With Turkey talk all that shit, but let me tell you something. If that money's right, he's making that fight happen.
He'll probably do it.
I don't give a fuck what you got on. He's
Yeah.
a businessman.
He's a businessman at the end of the day. Yes, he'll
Feelings
probably
aside,
do something like that. Low nose boxing. What
Lo,
up,
what's
Lo?
up, Pa?
Low
Yo,
nose
salute, no.
boxing. What's up? Mic check,
Hold on,
low.
I'm
I
trying to
think he's
connect my.
feeling. I think
All
he's
right, all
feeling the
right.
Hold on, I'm
effects of
trying
that
to connect.
cocotazo that
Oh
Teo got.
man, that concussion.
Hey, yo, he left Tio sitting there with his glasses like this, twisted. He was like,
He put Tio in the fucking the Street Fighter 10
Got my
count.
glass. Yo, yo, round one. Yo, round one.
yo, what up, What up,
Yo, yo, I heard Matias told Senior, "Can I talk to your son?"
Can I
Yo,
talk to your
dog,
son?
bro, and I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like I'm not one of these fanboys that sit there and dick ride.
Yeah,
Pardon, I'm in the curse and sit there and approve of everything their favorite fighter does. I don't do that. Is he still my favorite fighter?
yeah.
Absolutely. Is he in the doghouse with me right now? Absolutely, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. He must not be street smart. Cause all right, go ahead, do your thing. Whenever you know you got people coming at you, you're not even supposed to let somebody come close to you to talk to you like that. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying? Like me personally, if it would have been me, I'm not a trash talker. I would have been like, "Papi, mira, queda ahí. Don't come over here. Once you cross this line, we going to jail."
right,
Bottom line, you a
right,
fighter. It is what it is. You smacked Barboza. You should have smacked Matias when he did that, but you didn't. Now
right.
he can't even fight Matias because the crazy part is Matias is in the driver's seat. Matias is the only one. If he really want to fight Tio, Matias should tell Turkey, "Mira, I don't want to fight this Pelagato, whatever that dude's name is, Dolce Smith. I want to fight Tio. Put him in a 10-foot ring. Let's make it happen."
There
Because
you go.
not for nothing, Tio is not going to see any kind of money like he was going to see with the Devin Haney fight. Even if he fights Tank, the most he'll probably get is probably $4 million. Because Tank is going to A-side the shit out of him. So he fucked up the turkey bag. The only way back in is to if Turkey forgives him, and you know Turkey likes to punish the guys. Turkey
Right.
put him in there with Subriel in a 10-foot ring, and let's get it popping. I'm still picking Teo to win that fight because he's
Mm,
more athletic, he's more skilled, he's a better counterpuncher, he got a gas tank, and even though he hasn't knocked anybody out, nobody's walking through his punches neither. But if he fights the wrong fight, like he did against Claggy with his back to the ropes, then he loses. But if he stays in the middle of the ring, he can outclass Matias. But either way, it's looking bad right now. He might end up fighting Josue Vargas or Edwin, whatever his name is, a Dominican guy.
Edwin De Los
Edwin
Santos.
Rodriguez. No,
No, not Dos
Rodriguez.
Santos. No.
Rodriguez. No.
Elvis Rodriguez, yeah.
Do,
And if he
do you
fights those guys, he goes 12 rounds to life and death because he fights for the level of his competition.
do you think
Right.
Eddie would do? Do you think Eddie would do Hitchens and Tio fight?
No, because I'm going to tell you why it's not going to happen. I want it to happen. Put yourself in Hitch's shoes. Why do I want to suffer for somebody else's mistakes? Why am I going to fight Tio for 1.5 million or 2 million when I can fight somebody for Turkey for $7 million? Turkey, right? And Turkey's very bitter. Remember, Turkey told Bivol, "Oh, you want to fight somebody else? All right, go ahead. I'm not dealing with you no more." And then Bivol came crawling back. Turkey is blackballing Tio right now. Think about it. Nobody's going to want to fight him for 2 million. Not even people are not going to get 2 million outside of Turkey. With
Yo, but
Turkey, they're
low.
going to get 4 million.
Would you rather take 2 million or take no dollars? Because
I
that
take
right now at this point of Teal's career, he's burned so many bridges. He's got to take whatever
Yeah,
comes
I'm
the
not
along.
saying
inactivity may hurt him.
no. I'm not saying Teo got the option. Teo got no choice. I'm talking about Hitchens. Why would Hitchens fight him when he could
Oh,
make
okay,
more
okay,
money
okay.
fighting somebody else? This is the problem. Teo's contemporaries they're not gonna want to fight him. Not that they're scared. Let's face it. Regardless of how y'all feel about Teo, because I know I'm walking in the Lions. Then right now, I'm probably the only Puerto Rican that roots for Teo still. Right?
Now you got
Yeah,
HLD.
yeah. HLD is my guy. Man. HLD, he's a yes man. Um. Besides that, you can't deny the fact that Tio, when focused, is a hell of a fighter. So you know you're gonna fight a hell of a fighter, and you're not gonna get paid that much. When you can fight Joey Bag of Donuts in Saudi for $5 million, you feel what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Well,
Subaru's gonna fight Dalton Smith and probably get $7 million.
well, Lo, you walked in kind of late. We gave Teal his flowers, but at 35, at 40, he's got nothing, nothing
Nah,
at 40.
he's
No,
still
no,
Tio though. He's still Tio. I got to give him
he
that
can
much.
still box. He
And
can
and
still box.
and what I value his opinion on who he got in the fight against Subriel Matias. It's a very dangerous fight.
It
But
is.
this is the kind of scalps and kind of names you would like on your resume. When you look back at your career, you can say, "Yo, I shared the ring with this guy, win, lose, or draw," right? And Teo's a good name, and Matias is a good name. Matias is a two-time champion, two-time. So he's made himself a worthy opponent and a very dangerous one at that. So yes, but will we get it? And to be honest with you guys, I think that Subriel Matias is on Turkey's side, and when you get on that kind of train with that kind of money, it's kind of who they put in front of you. But he does have a voice. I like what he said when he said maybe if Subriel stood up and was like, "Yo, Turk, I don't want to fight Dame Dalton Smith. I'd rather fight Teofimo Lopez. I know you don't like him, but make it happen. He doesn't want to come out to Saudi, so put it somewhere in the U.S." and you can get that Teo fight, because the problem with Teo is he doesn't want to fly out there. He don't think that they're gonna trap him in a room, put him to his knees, smack him up a little. He don't want to go through that. So he wants to fight here in American soil, and that's when he would mess with Turkey. So if Subriel was like, "Listen, put it in New York, put up me and Teo in Madison Square
Madison Square
Garden,"
Garden.
right? And I think that would sell. I'm
Yes, it
more than
will.
certain. I'm more than certain it will. And between everything that's happening, the smack heard across the world, Teal's antics, they're gonna, if you got the right promotion, they're gonna bring all this shit back up. It's gonna make for a great fight. And we got two big, you know what I'm saying?
Matias and Lopez would give the same vibes that Tito and Mayorga did in New York. Remember that one?
Facts, facts.
Because imagine the
Facts.
press conference. Imagine Tito Senior talking shit to Matias, and then Matias in his fucking Hibado accent talking shit to Tito Senior and his Brooklyn accent. That should, yo, the press conference would give numbers already. It'd give you guys a lot of content.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Matias started to give me Canelo vibes when Canelo started talking English. Matias' Spanish is getting, his English is
Yeah,
getting better. And you know what I
yeah.
like about this? To give Matias his props, because let me tell you something. Yo soy Boricua, right? But I'm critical. I'm not gonna root for anybody that's Puerto Rican. If you're not special, you're not special. I grew up. I was spoiled. I grew up watching Camacho, Edwin Rosario, Tito Trinidad, Miguel Cotto. Even Danny Garcia was the last one that was elite, right? But even
Mhm.
Danny wasn't on their level. And Danny, let's face it, La Boricua de Boricua se quiere un Boricua de Boricua. Danny
Yeah.
Garcia is a Philly Rican. Me too. I'm a half Philly, half Puerto Rican. But I talk better Spanish than Danny. So with that being said, let me land the plane. Subaru Matias right now, I'm going to say is the best Puerto Rican fighter we can say after Miguel Cotto. Subaru Matias is giving me Antonio Margarito vibes. I'm not saying the plaster, but he kind of reminds me of Margarito. When Margarito lost that close fight to Paul Williams, he bounced back and did what he did, even though he cheated. Matias lost that close fight to Pyro. He worked his way back like a real contender. He didn't just get a championship fight. He built his way back. And we got to give it to him. Matias, right now, is not the flashiest fighter, but he's tough. He's giving the Mexican Margarito type vibes the way that he fights. He doesn't fight like a Puerto Rican that I grew up watching. Puerto Ricans were always more slick, more high level skill. Matias is like a black Mexican, if it makes any sense.
Mhm.
hey, Lo,
Yeah.
you know the difference between Matias and Edwin?
What?
The
Well,
difference,
Edwin.
Edwin asked to speak to your son. Matias said, I'm talking to your son.
Oh man.
All right, all right. But
Hey,
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 listen,
we
Yo,
got Richard. We got Richard in the building. You got to play that video for Richard one time.
Richard,
salute to Richard.
we gotta play the video for Richard.
We got
Oh
to play
my,
it. Richard, disfruta, papi.
we got a request. Another
We,
request. Okay,
nah,
on the
I'm
request
requesting it.
line. Okay, hold
I
on. Okay,
Man,
hold
this is
on.
hard to look at, man. It's hard to watch.
This in 4K. Let's just raise the volume a
You got
little,
it in
slightly.
4K quality.
Yes, and I'm raising the volume so that we do not. It takes away from the purity of the slap. Let's continue.
¿Qué pasó? En noviembre, ¿cuándo tú van a pelear? En un noviembre, ¿cuándo tú van a pelear? En un ¿cuándo tú van a pelear? En un ¿cuándo tú van a pelear? En un ¿cuándo tú van a pelear? En un
Damn.
Yo, that replay is serious.
Yo,
Hey, yo, somebody hand Low a towel.
yo, they took him out of there quick. Look,
Yo,
he said, you when he leaves, I'm talking again. I'm gonna be talking again. When he leaves, I'm gonna be
Subriel
yo,
talking
said,
again.
Subriel said, yo sí lo tengo bien puesto.
Yo,
shout out to Melasa for bringing up Daniel Santos. Yo, who remembers Daniel Santos? Wow, that's a throwback.
I remember Daniel Santos before Margarito.
Yeah, that's a throwback. That's
Yeah,
back in the day.
oh man. Okay,
yeah,
let's stop. Let's stop. You know what I'm saying? Look, shit happens, man. Shit
yeah.
happens, and every once in a while you get smacked for saying some shit you shouldn't have said. You know
But
what
yo,
I mean?
but round one, let's be real right now, right? Yeah, that was a slap, but
Yeah, yeah.
that wasn't like a Caleb. That wasn't a Caleb Plant Charlo slap. He reached
Yeah.
over.
Nah, he didn't
That
get
was
him
like a
good like that.
borderline.
Nah,
That
he
was a
didn't get
It
him good
wasn't
borderline
a
like that.
Coco
careless slap,
Tasso.
but I would say for
Low.
the distance, like because there was like two guys in between them.
Yeah.
I give Matias credit for reaching that far.
Plus
Yo,
after,
You know,
y'all
plus
gotta
for
after,
understand. The
yeah.
hand came from up top. That wasn't a slap. That was a cocotazo.
Yeah, he
But
caught the
he didn't
glasses.
he didn't fully extend. He got it like his
No,
fingertips. So out of the slap, and because of his direction, you know, his form wasn't really, on point. So out of a 10, I'm gonna give him a 9.5.
a
That's it.
nine
I
point
I,
five
I
out of
can't
10.
give him a 10. Okay, okay, because he didn't
It's
yo,
like,
fully
it's like
fit.
the dunk contest, yo.
Okay.
yo, to answer what somebody on the panel was saying was about somebody was talking about Tio 135. I mean, I agree. The knockouts have slowed down since he moved up, but to his credit, he has adjusted his style. I think at this point on, we're gonna see more of Tio of a slick boxer, outboxing guys rather than knocking dudes out, unless he fights a fellow 135 pounder that moves up. Like if he fight, example, if he would have fought a Devin Haney or somebody that moved up from where he came from, I could see Tio still knocking out those guys because his power was still going to affect him. Remember when Danny Garcia moved to 147, the knockout stopped. But when he fought guys that came up from his division, like Brandon Rios and Adrian Granados, he was still putting those guys in the dirt. So if you
Mhm.
put Tio in there with a Devin Haney or somebody like a Keyshawn Davis that moved up, I can still see Tio having that effect on those guys. But it's the bigger junior welterweights and eventually the welterweights where he's going to rely more on his athleticism and boxing skills to win the fight over 12 rounds. That's the good thing about him, that he could box. Because if you can't box, I'm going to give you an example. I hate to say it. Matias, for me, he could go down as one of the best 140 pounders if he stays and let's say he beats everybody. But I don't see Matias moving up and conquering different weight classes because his style is just going to cause him to run into a brick wall. Like if he fights Brian Norman Jr., imagínate eso, Brian Norman Jr. would knock him into the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Or even the Bruce Dennis. Because what are you going to do with those guys? They're bigger and stronger than you. You're not going to push them around. So when you move up in weight, you got to be able to box and adjust. That's why certain guys were able to do it and certain guys were not able to do it.
Mhm. Well, that's the definition of being a true welterweight, middleweight. These are guys that are actually fighting in their God given weight. Subriel Matias, he's a true 140 pounder. And that's where I believe, his style and who he is as a fighter, he's fighting where he's like naturally should be fighting. So for that, I give him credit for. As far as, because everybody can't be determined by going up in weight divisions, but what if he has an ill title run? You know what I mean? So, that counts in other ways. And there's different kinds of legacy in boxing, is what I'm trying to.
Yes, you're right.
So,
Like Marvin Hagler.
right, exactly. So good point. That's a very good, yes. So when we think about Subiel and his style against these guys and the why I consider him the best 140 pounder, it's because he's had his career there. So let's not forget Teofimo Lopez moved up. He only fought a handful of guys. Subiel has actually fought the majority of the division. So he's a stronger, in my eyes, a stronger 140. So let's just, in my opinion, as their styles and you talking about them fighting against each other, interesting fight, to say the least. But I'm not sure if you were here when I broke down what Teal's actually doing. Teal's the type of fighter that he's fighting off God given talent. He's a very talented fighter. Teal doesn't have world class training. He still doesn't understand the purity of boxing. You can see it. He's the type of guy that he'll fight you, but it's gonna be the same T.O. He's just gonna try to like move a little different, but you can see he's very talented. If he had a world class coach, he'd be fucking dangerous. T.O. would be on a different level. He never actually got better when he left 135. It seemed like he's that student that was really good and walked off on the last part of his training. That's what T.O. reminds
I
me.
gotta disagree with you in a way.
I'm okay. Let me hear it.
I agree with you as far as he would be a lot better if he had a real elite, proven trainer that could work with his style and his athleticism. What I disagree with is that you saying it as if he what's the word I'm looking for when you reach your the ceiling, right? That's how I'm taking it. You're saying he reached the ceiling. I
Nah,
disagree because
he didn't reach his ceiling because I'm telling you, if he had a better coach, he would excel. So there's no way I could say he reached his ceiling.
but you're
What
saying he
I'm
hasn't
saying is,
improved.
no. What I'm saying is, look, I'm speaking from people that were always slightly better than everybody else, and to those type of men, I understand what To is. I understand he's the type of guy can take a month off the gym, still walk in off the street and beat everybody in the gym. He's God gifted. That talent that he has, you can see it. But when it comes to the sweet science, you can tell. Trust me, when Teal doesn't fight like I don't want to bring him up, but I have to. Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue sets shit up. Naoya Inoue is calculated. When he throws one punch, he's in position to throw the next with the best percentage. When Naoya Inoue ducks underneath something, he puts himself in position for the very next punch. He understands boxing. He's not just fighting a guy on instinct, on biting down on your mouthpiece. He understands the sweet science. I'm telling you, Tio is a very talented and very gifted fighter
Yeah, I see what
that
you're saying.
I'm talented, if he had a great coach, he would be dangerous.
His defense
Tio,
did get better. That's
he
what
would
one thing I
be on
will say.
a level. Oh my God, if you got, let's see, a good coach, yo, I'm trying to tell you, that guy down in Florida that's training, uh,
Solis, you talking about the Cuban?
what's his name there?
Solis, not Solis. I know what you're
You
talking
talking
about.
about Belanga's coach, Mike Ferret?
Belenga Hector
No,
something.
No,
What's
Mike
it?
Ferret.
Mike
Mark,
Ferret.
no.
Mark Ferret.
Mark
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 Ferret.
Mark Ferret. I like him as a coach for Teal. I also like uh believe it or not,
Javier Centeno, which is Zaya's coach.
believe it okay, but and believe it or not, a guy that knows how to work with a guy's, that knows how to work with a guy's rhythm, that
I
fighters
think Floyd
that work off
Senior
rhythm is
helped
Jerron
me.
Brute Ennis Sr.
I think
His
Floyd. Here's the thing. I disagree with that. I love them people. I go to Bosie's gym here and there, but Tio and Boots have similar issues. Now, what I'm gonna say is, with Tio's improvement that I've seen since moving up in weight, he gets hit a lot less than he did at 135. He got better head movement because that one time when he had the Cuban guy in his camp, he really improved his defense a lot. But I see
Well,
what you're
isn't he
saying.
working
Like,
with Vargas Senior now?
um, I don't. I mean, I see him. He be in the gym with a lot of people. I don't know if he's actually a part of that
right,
camp now. I don't know. I
right,
can't really say that. What I could say is that the man stays in shape. I got to give him that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He stays in the gym. He's not out there getting fat. And round one, I got a question for you because you on TDV, and right
okay,
now you're not on TDV. You on your platform.
right.
Who you would have picked winning if Tio would have fought Devin Haney? How you would have saw that fight? Because I got Tio knocking him out.
Hey, just because he's not on TBV don't mean he can answer that question.
Now shut up, shut up. I don't give Devin Haney checks. Listen, um, that's a 50-50 fight for me. They're two young men that are very familiar with each other. Very interesting fight, a fight I always wanted to see. I don't have an answer for you for that. That would be something I would have to actually watch unfold. As far as they're both their styles, I think the same thing I say about Tio, I could say about Devin Haney. The exact same scenario. If he had a better coach, he's a very gifted, talented fighter. Same thing, bro. Same scenario. They're like a mirror of each other. You know what I'm saying? They're just different races. That's it. They
Do
have
you
different
guys
styles. They have different thank you. They have different styles, but that would be a tough fight for me. Uh I give Teal the power a little. Um I give Devin Haney getting Teal frustrated for a little while, and I could see Devin Haney having his moments. I could see Teal having his moments. But I don't know who to pick in that fight. I really don't. I don't.
do you guys see Tio cutting off the ring from Haney in that fight?
No,
No.
no, he couldn't
That,
do it against um
Jermaine,
Jermaine Ortiz. He couldn't do it against him. And and
that's the
and, and
problem
I
with him.
and I think Haney got better footwork.
Well,
Well, the
here's the
difference
difference
between
between the fight that Jermaine Ortiz and Haney. I think Teal wins that fight. Here's why. Haney, although he's got the ring IQ, he's got the footwork, he's got his jab. Teal is a counter puncher.
Mm,
That being said, if you see Haney the way he fought, I mean, unless he fights like he fought Ramirez, but let's just say we get the old Haney back, the one that's in the pocket at all times. I think Teal beats him because
yeah.
Haney likes to
Okay.
come in with his jab. He comes in with his jab. He comes in with his jab, and in that exchange, I think Teal will catch him
mm,
and hurt him bad.
you
Now,
see
Yeah.
the fight the way I
if
see
we
it.
get the Haney that fought Ramirez, it's gonna be up to Tio to either
Yeah,
A, learn how to cut the ring, or B, just he's gonna have to take a couple shots just to land a shot, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
That's exactly how I see it as well. Because even though Haney moves around, Tio hasn't shown that he can effectively cut the ring off yet. However, even though Haney moves around, I wouldn't really compare him to Jermaine because all due respect, I don't know if anybody's a Jermaine fan. Jermaine did the same thing that the Cuban guy did with Canelo. He went there to survive. Haney tries to win at the end of the day. Haney throws punches. If you watch the Tio versus Jermaine fight, a lot of people said Tio lost. He didn't look good cutting the ring off, but he didn't lose that fight. If you watch the highlights, you don't see this guy doing nothing. You didn't see him snap his head back or nothing. When you box and you move, when they say hit and not be hit, that means you make a miss, you make him pay. You knock his head back, like Floyd used to do, like Pernell used to do. We didn't see that with Jermaine Ortiz. The guy went in there and pulled off a William skull. They just looked at that on Tio's end because he looked at lost in there, but he didn't lose that fight. Devin Haney will present more opportunities because he lets his hands go. And sometimes Devin Haney can get a little wide with his punches. And just like the gentleman that just spoke said, I could see Tio catching him somewhere in between one of those exchanges and hurting him because from the stories I heard, they sparred twice. The second time, he stopped him and sparring with a counter uppercut,
In
countering the
terms of
jab.
hand speed, who you think got better hand speed, Haney or Tio?
Um, I think
Tio
Tio
hands down.
slightly,
Tio
yeah,
hands down. No, not
yeah,
slightly. Hands down.
and he
You
got better
think Teal's that
combinations.
much faster than Haney?
Speed. Wait, we're talking about speed here.
Hand speed.
Tio
Fast,
hands down.
fast
Hands
quick, yeah.
down.
I believe that fast switch. Teal got the best first step in boxing right now. With that first step, that quick first switch move, he got it. Like Teal, in Spanish, it's pelea como un moreno. He got
Yeah,
that
yeah.
way they fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what made when I first saw him fight, I thought he was Puerto Rican, but then I found out later he was Honduran. Because I'm like, man, I haven't seen nothing like this since Camacho. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
because he
Camacho was like
stole
that.
his him and his dad stole their whole swagger from Puerto Ricans in New York City. Stop it.
Camacho had better fundamentals though, because Camacho had better trainers, and Camacho used the jab and everything like that.
Yeah.
But Camacho was
Macho
No,
was
please,
elite.
please don't do that.
Footwork,
Don't
Camacho.
do that.
defense, head
Don't
movement.
do that. Don't do that. Don't that do it. Don't compare and say in the same sentence Teofimo Lopez with Hector Camacho. Teofimo Lopez can't hold Hector Camacho's jock strap. All right. He couldn't
Well,
hold it because he wouldn't be worthy. It's not going to be worthy. Now Hector Camacho was way faster than Teo.
Camacho's
Way.
one of the top. Camacho's for me top. I would say top five fastest hands. Because you know what's crazy? Round one back in the day, right? People at one point would consider Camacho like the way people look at Haney and Shakur, right? But even then, that's because at that time you comparing them with guys like Mike Tyson and Chavez and Trinidad.
Yeah.
Camacho was more exciting than those guys because at least Camacho he might move around a lot, but he'll plant his feet and let off 5, 6, 7 punch combinations.
Yeah.
And this is and now you want to talk about Camacho before the Rosario fight? Oh my gosh, that Camacho right there would pack up everybody at 135 today. The only one that would give him trouble is probably Tank. And once again, that Camacho seen power too, because Edwin Rosario is top three, one of the hardest punchers I've ever seen at 135.
Yeah, in terms of like foot speed and hand speed, Camacho was elite, like
Yeah,
historically elite. Like you couldn't really find anybody that had faster feet or
and
hands.
he could
Because
cut distance and go in and out real fast.
yeah, he knew how to survive. Like if he was in a fight, remember against Tito when he
Oh
fought
yeah, he's
Tito,
surviving.
he fought a prime Tito, but he still like he didn't get knocked out. He made it out. He made it to
Yeah,
the last bell. So he was a very high IQ fighter. He had the like Lo said, he had the fast twitch. You ever see highlights, man? His highlights look crazy. It look like he's
yeah.
teleported in the ring.
And you know what he did that you don't see nobody do nowadays in Southpaws? He used to double and triple and quadruple the right hook. Sometimes
Yeah,
he'd dig the right hook to the body and turn it into an uppercut and line you up for that straight left. Camacho had underrated power, even though he didn't knock
yeah.
anybody out. When he fought the guys he was supposed to knock out, he knocked them out. And some of the high level guys, he might have not knocked them out, but he did knock a lot of dudes down. You know what I'm saying? Camacho had underrated power. He stopped Ray Leonard, old man and all. He still stopped him. You got to give him credit for that.
Oh yeah, look at his feet. That's
That's a young
crazy,
Camacho
bro.
too.
That's a young
I
one.
wish I had feet like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Yo, off the angle too. Yo, he had him coming in, and he turned that right into him right there, right in the corner,
Yeah, bro.
Watch him, watch him, watch him.
bro. Look at that stance, bro.
Out the ring.
Yo, bro,
Look at
that's
this.
crazy.
Look,
You see how he transitioned from his like base into the bro. That's beautiful, man.
You know who has angles like that but didn't utilize it his last fight? Bam Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that fight.
And you know who's starting to utilize that type of angle too? Oscar Collazo.
Oh man, yo, who is he fighting next?
Some
Camacho,
Goyaso.
bum.
Camacho,
Some bum.
Yo,
Camacho,
they got
Camacho. That
my
kid
bad.
reminds me. That little kid. What's his name? Juanita Lopez. Think of Juanita Lopez and look at Camacho.
And
Damn, look how fast he is. Look, look, look,
yeah,
look, 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 look,
in
look,
Yo,
round one, I
look at this
gotta
kid.
agree. Like I don't like
yeah, that
comparing legends with current fighters as far as fantasy matchups, but I gotta agree. Like Camacho in a fantasy fight, 135 Camacho against
Ah,
against Teo 135 Camacho wins because the movement alone was gonna give him problems, right? And when Teo lunges in, Camacho steps to the side and lets off combinations and counters. He
yeah,
countered in combinations. If you go in there with Camacho throwing reckless, he gonna slip to the side and then get up out of there. You talking about
yo,
young Camacho?
yeah. Bang
Camacho
Bang
was
brings it up best too.
strong
Bang
for
Bang
sure.
said Camacho will land 5 punch combos, and I agree. Like the volume is overwhelming over like because Camacho was also doing what 15 rounders, I think.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Camacho wasn't
Nah,
doing 15 rounds. No, by that time, no.
By that
I,
time, no.
I'm a Camacho connoisseur with his career. Let me tell you, that era,
Ooh,
that
ooh.
135 era that he came from, for me, that was the best era 135. Listen to the names that was there. We had Camacho, we had Rosario.
Did you
Eventually,
see
Chavez
that?
moved up.
Whoa, 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 wait. Watch this.
You know,
That
we
What?
shit
had,
connected solid.
yeah,
Yo!
that was uppercut.
bro, that's like this. That's like the shit that Usyk landed on Dubois. The fucking it wasn't it was Usyk had a different punch, but it was the same like just the direction
Yeah,
coming in and
it
out.
was 21 and 11, zero losses.
That's when he
This
won
is
his first title. That's when he fought Rafael Bazooka Limon, poor Mexican dude in Puerto Rico.
bro.
Así
Yo,
salió como un
his
limón.
his confidence would have gave Tio all kind of problems. He's not the type of guy that's coming there to pussyfoot with you, bro.
A lot
The
of guys,
way,
not just Theo. He would have beaten a lot of guys, bro.
nigga,
A lot of them.
boom, bro. And he had power, one punch
Yeah.
power. Camacho, look at him.
He had underrated power at 135. That was 130 right there, round one. That
Yeah.
was one. Imagine that Camacho
Diablo.
against the.
And he was behind him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that Camacho would have given Floyd problems, bro.
he's doing that on the move too. He's on the
Yes.
move. He's not even like fully sitting on it. He's just
Yeah,
and here he's sitting now right here.
Maldita sea
yeah,
la
man.
droga, bro.
You see that right hook when you see that movie does right how he doubles and triples the right hook. You don't see Southpaws
Yeah.
doing that no more.
Damn.
Damn, he
But
knocking
anyway, guys, I
motherfuckers
gotta
out the
get off
ring.
right now,
He's,
man. I'm at work. So
and you
round one,
see,
thank
he
you for
got
having me. Yeah, stay up, bro.
Yo, salute,
I
Lo.
know. Pray for Teo.
uh,
I'm at work.
yo, he was a beast, bro. He was a beast. He was something else, man.
And he had some of the best ring entrances too.
Oh,
Before Prince Nassim Hamed and everybody was doing the
yeah, right. They bit off him.
yeah,
Yo,
his style was different, man. He brought that Hollywood flash. You know, he did it with
right.
the
Woo!
oh
Well,
yeah.
Teo trying to copy his ring entrance. He's trying to
And look
bring
at
back
Tio
that.
trying to come in. Look at Tio.
Yes, he'll try to copy it.
Yo,
Bro,
Camacho was that dude, bro. He was that dude, man. Look at this shit.
I like his punch sequence combinations. He'll go into the like
Dog.
Lo said, the uppercut into a hook. And that right, oh man, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that placement.
Ah, man.
Because he'll blind you too. He'll blind you, and you're like, "Where am I? You know, where the
Yep.
hell am I?" Like, he'll
Yep.
put you in a different place. You know, this guy Camacho is like my top five favorite of all time.
Oh,
Man,
Edwin, I got a
he
question for you.
yep.
What's the shit that's going around with this whole VADA testing bullshit with Haney and Norman Jr.?
That's to
The
stop the fight, man. They don't want to fight Norman, man.
look.
Because there's no ruling and there's no such thing as 360 24/7 365 bullshit. I went when I saw that clip, um I looked on VADA's website. There's no ruling. It's only 8 weeks prior to a fight that you start testing.
Okay.
That's some
I'm
made
glad.
up shit from Victor Conte.
No, okay. All right. I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm gonna shed some light on it right now. Okay. Victor Content has been starting what he believes is a movement to 365-degree testing. And in doing so, he has sponsored himself numerous fighters, like 4, 10 fighters here and there, to try to get guys on board with trying to clean up the sport of boxing. I think where the problem lies is who's paying for it. Not all boxers are these $1 million guys that are making this kind of money that can afford testing year round. By signing up to this new system that they're trying to develop, that's not sketched in stone. No, it isn't. It doesn't mean that all fighters have to register on it. But what it says is by putting your name on it, that you're saying louder than words, no matter if I have a fight scheduled or not scheduled, year round, I give you guys permission to test me, to try to catch me so that I can prove to you guys that I'm a clean fighter, right? Okay. So it's more like bragging rights in a sense where you say, look, you guys are talking about cleaning up the sport. Victor Content brought up this system, and he would like us boxers to start signing into it and getting 365. Now, by not being on the list, what Bill Haney's team's trying to do is say, look, I'm on the list. Why ain't you signed up on it? Oh, you must got something to hide, right? It's all propaganda so that it pushes the fighters to get on this program to prove to the world they're not dirty, because the only time boxing test is typically is in like the top 10 or world title fights, and when you got a fight scheduled. And some guys use different methods. Okay, say I'm going to sign up for a fight.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like snack, using different methods.
Right.
Snack is a legal roid.
Whoa. Okay. Say they say you're about to sign a contract and you're gonna go into the doping testing. Okay. From the moment you sign that contract, you have X amount of days to enroll into doping, right?
Hmm.
So it's really up to you. You can wait until the last day if you want to. You can let to the last hour and then roll in tomorrow. Or you can enroll as soon as you sign the contract. So, and then some fighters try to come out and say, yo, I already enroll in doping and he hasn't. And the guy's like, yeah, I still got 30 days. So what? I'll enroll when I want to. And they'll, and then fighters feel a certain kind of way about that. Like, no, I already did it. They're like, well, then you're dumb for doing it. Cause I'm gonna wait until like the last hour. That's my choice. So this is all just another way of Brian
To
Norman
take money
Jr.
away, to take money away from the fighters.
Well, not only to take money away from the fighters because it's money well spent. If you get into this 365, you better believe they got the right. You're signing a contract saying for 365 days out of the year, you can come test me anywhere. You can be on your fucking vacation. You could be in your house. You could be at the gym. They roll up on you, up, blood and urine, because you're paying for this to prove to the world that year round, you're clean. You got nothing to hide. So it's money well spent. Okay. Now, who spends the money? Is it the promoter? Is it you? Is it where's this money coming from? That I don't know. Now, do fighters have to be on this to prove that they're clean fighters? Do all the top guys, at least the top 10 should be on this? I don't I kind of agree. We talk about guys cheating, right? The Ryan Garcias and all these guys and this guy just being the seventh person caught in Eddie Reynosa's camp, Jaime Munguia. Do we want guys to be tested? Should we
So
want 365?
can I play devil's advocate here?
Okay, shoot.
Let's just say, let's since you brought up Brian Garcia, let's bring up shout out to True Power Media from H Town. Um, let's just hypothetically say, for an example, in Ryan's case, he claims, according to him, now mind you, we have as fans, we don't have that background knowledge. So according to Ryan, he was clean throughout his whole training camp. And then magically, now mind you, there's been a lot of flip flops here and there from
Well,
teams, and then magically, supposedly, Devin's little brother came out and said that Haney's dirty without the results coming back. All of a sudden, the results come back and he tests positive.
okay.
Now,
Okay,
that
wait,
being
wait, wait.
said,
Let me just stop you right there. I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you. Everything you're saying is hearsay.
correct,
Everything you're saying is hearsay, and what counts is he popped. At
correct.
the end of that's it. The rules state in the doping world that they're tired of these excuses, these athletes getting lawyers and slithering around. So, bottom line, you're an adult, you're a professional athlete, you're responsible for whatever comes into your system. He pops dirty. Now, whether or not how it got there. I've heard ladies say they got it from sex. I see what Ryan Garcia's situation is. I see what you're alluding to with Devin Haney's knowledge or egg knowledge. None of that matters. None of it matters. What matters is you got caught. You got a suspension. That's what's going to be written in the history books. That's what counts. Now, if your question is, could Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia fight still go on? Or um and in that case, who signs up with VADA? Who trusts them to sign up now? Is it become a problem? Does VADA take control of the 360? Is there any other outside source you could sign up with other than VADA? for 365 testing? Does it have to be them? Do all the fighters feel comfortable with Victor Content having any affiliation with the doping system, even though it's been stated he does not work for them?
He's a
He's only an
consultant.
he's only an outside consultant, but still, just being that, it doesn't give the comfortability to a lot of fighters in the way they speak about the situation. Do they even have trust in this doping agency? Have they tarnished their name? Is there any other game in town? Does WADA want to do this? Can you do this with WADA? And these are a lot of questions. Look, man, I can't say everybody would be aboard with the 365. Nah, I can't say that. Does it make Brian Norman Jr. a clean fighter? No, because I'm here to tell you, I don't care how long Ryan Garcia tested clean for. I'm in gyms. I know there's shit you can get 24 acting, fast acting PEs that last in your system 24 hours. You could flush it out by 8 o'clock in the morning. So cheating at a high level, if you have the money, that shit is expensive. $1,800. Yeah, I know it is expensive, but
Well, that's the
worth
point
it?
I was leading to. I was leading to the point where, let's just say you enroll in this 365,
Yeah.
right? And then the day of the fight, after the fight, they take a blood and they take your urine and you pop dirty, but you've been clean 364 days. Now, can they argue? Can they argue because they pop something the day before? Maybe something a little bit stronger that works immediately. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of different roids out there. So now, can you argue? What are you guys talking about? I've been enrolled in 360. Bro, when there's a will, there's a way. The system's never gonna be perfect.
No, the system's never going to be perfect. Um, you can, like, there's just a ways around everything. I'm not advocating cheating here. Okay. I'm
Right?
not
No,
teaching anybody how to cheat.
that's why I said I'm
Okay.
playing devil's advocate.
Right. Okay. And I understand. But look, there's just a lot of peas out there. And what Victor content is, um, what he's hired for as an outside source is to teach these guys what to look for. They might not catch the PE, but what they can catch is what the PE breaks down to in the human body. So, in order to be a good chemist, you have to know how to look for certain things because these guys are really good at what they take. They'll take a PE, they'll take another drug to fight the counter effects to that one. So you got to be pretty smart and you got to know what you're looking for. And since Victor Content is the godfather of the inventor of PEs and steroids, he basically wrote the book. His patterns to a lot of the PEs are from him. And they're still using some of the serum he made back in the Olympic days. That's how good he is. So Victor Content knows how to teach these guys what to look for, and he knows how to make drugs that dance right under the limit, but still give you performance. Let's just be honest, first of all, guys. What are we talking about here? Right? Anything that you're buying, whether it's snack, anything in GMC, I don't care what you buy. Why are you buying it? For it to give you something extra, aren't you? Do you always go to a store and say, hey, let me buy a vitamin that does absolutely nothing for me? Or when you buy that, you want it to give you something. So when you take something, whether it's a multivitamin, does it give you all the vitamins you need throughout your day? That's why you take it. So let's just be honest, guys. These guys are taking these things because they need or want a little something. Okay? And when you get older in the sport, it's hard to say no to this What a little serum. Hey, guy, you want to be champion again, kid? Huh? Here, I'll tell you how to take this, and I'll tell you how to get off of it, and you'll never get caught. As a matter of fact, I got a guy in the inside. He gives me tips. And he tells me when they're coming. And it all sounds good until it all comes crashing down, right? You miss one payment, somebody hands you out to dry, you don't give up one fight, the devil comes a knocking, you got to come and pay in. Sometimes that's life lessons, right? Shit like that does happen. But let's just be honest. The reason why these guys are taking these things is because they want something to work. That snack shit might be dancing underneath the testing limit, but if it works, damn it, and it gives you that extra, listen, I don't think you, if you couldn't fight before snack, you're not going to be able to fight after it. Not at that level. They might give you a little energy, might give you a little something, but it's basically making you last longer to take a longer ass whooping. Because if that guy was better than you, then damn it, he was just better than you. You're going to be all jacked up on snack, getting a longer ass whooping is what you're going to do. Because it's not going to make you just become a sniper. It's not going to be make you just throw 100 more punches. There's no, you would be cheating then. You need a PE to do that that supernatural shit. So, can anybody in the world honestly tell me that 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao went in that ring? That's what you think?
No, of
That's what
course not.
that's what you he pissed clean, didn't he? Right? Allegedly. I mean, that's what happened.
Isn't he a new snack recipient?
I'm not. Hey, listen. But do you think 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao got in that ring? No. But I like the Manny Pacquiao that got in it. It made it competitive. It made it a fight. He didn't look so old. Do I think he won the fight? Nah, he had to do a little bit more to beat Mario Barrio. But Mario Barrio is a sucker for allowing that fight to take place because it looked like Mario Barrio was carrying Manny Pacquiao. It really did. It looked like Mario Barrio was taking it easy on him. Like they had to talk Mario Barrio back into the fight. I heard stop hitting his glove and go out there and fight him. You're showing him too much respect. I watched it without no volume, but I heard this later. So I was like, I felt that way. I felt that Mario Barrio was respecting him too much. And in a way, it hurts me to say this. It hurts me to say this, but I wish Mario Barrio would have packed him up so that somebody else doesn't have to. And they keep encouraging these old legends to coming back, trying to fight these young dudes. Manny Pacquiao is going to run into a dude that doesn't care about that. See, Mario Barrio was in a funny place, right? You think if Mario Barrio beat him up, he was going to make it out of that ring with all those Filipino fans? You think he was going to make it out of there? You think he
No.
was going to he was going to get jumped, him and his team.
Hey,
They were
Tone Deaf said you
surrounded.
took Tone Deaf said you took pre-workout. How did it feel for you, round one?
When I took pre-workout, pre the pre-workout for me, it felt like it gave me uh like it gave me like how can I describe it?
Jitters?
Um no, 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 no. It made me want to work out. It backed up my mindset. I understand that the pre-workout, I don't think it would have worked for like everybody. You could have like started shaking and feared away from it. But since my mindset was, yeah, I want to go, it like backed it in a weird way. And I was just like, yeah, I wanted to go. It didn't make me stronger. No, no, it didn't. It didn't make me uh better focused or, take away pain. None of that shit. It didn't do any of that. But what it did was it got me like focus. And I noticed if I was backing up what I was thinking, like, yeah, I want to work out, it worked good. It worked good. But, and then trying to calm down was a bitch. You couldn't shut it off. Like, you wanted to stop working out and just go about your everyday shit. You couldn't shut it off. I'm trying to like make a sandwich, shaking, like putting on the fucking mayo and shit, and like, you
So
know,
so basically, pre workouts like it's like caffeine. It gives you energy, just with like an extra strength type.
yeah, it gives you that energy shit, right? Um, you one time I felt like I crashed, other times I felt like I didn't crash on it. Um, and it, but like I say, you can't shut it off. You can't shut it off. So like after my workout, I'm still like, I got something to do. I was just felt like I had to do something.
Till it wore off.
It just keeps going. You're just like for a few hours, like you're on 10. If I could, I'd probably go mow my neighbor's lawn. You
How's the
needed this,
crash though? Is
you
the
know what I
crash
mean?
bad?
No, the crash is not that bad.
Like
No.
when you start mellowing down from that pre workout.
Yeah, I don't feel all that bad. Um, the first days on it, I found like it was a little bit tough sleeping and shit, right? Then when I started taking it a little bit more, I was like all right with it. And then like now, see, I haven't taken it in 3 days, I think. Oh, maybe 4 days. I haven't taken it. So because today I didn't work out and the other day I didn't work out. I don't take it the days I don't work out. So, and then I remember the last time I worked out, I forgot to take it. So that day counts because I never end up taking it. So, but when I do notice it gives me that. But I don't want to train myself to depend on pre the pre workout. And when people started to say it in my chat, like, "Yo, what if you're working out that pre work?" I started thinking, I was like, I don't want to become dependent on something. I never worked out like that in my life. My entire life, I don't know what supplements are. I never went to a GMC and bought fucking anything. Anything, not even a fucking Volta. If my mom didn't give it to me on the way out the house, I ain't take shit. All we ate was rice and beans. I go to the gym and work out. I don't know what to tell you. And then like I get in this age right now, and as getting older, I just start to like, look at these grays, bro. Don't let it fool you. I'm up there, and I'm like, man, like, and shit's not coming the way I want it to. But it's coming. It's coming. You know what I mean? And I'm not strong like I used to be. Nah, I was a little different,
Bro,
you
you
know.
older. You gotta expect that.
Yeah, but I'm older. You know what I'm saying? Look, I've been working out for 4 weeks and a few days, right? With a couple hiccups, right? And the last time I worked out, I think I got, what was it? 15 pull-ups. I got 15 pull-ups. Like, God, yo, I'm 51 and I got 15 pull-ups. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Richard wants to know Zayas versus Garcia. Who you got?
I got Zayas all day in that fight. I'm not sure if I'm speaking because I'm biased. Unfortunately, I gotta let that be known. Um, because lately, the Puerto Rican guys, they've been making some noise, and I'm feeling a certain kind of way. And every time countries have their moments in their era, look at Uziks, you know what I'm saying, in Ukraine. They had 3 champions at one time simultaneously popping off. I think it was like in a 10-day span. It's exciting. So this is mine. So Beer's coming off his. Xander's gonna be grabbing that. What's that gonna be, gentlemen? Six
Yep.
Puerto Rican world champions.
Yep.
Yo, listen, I might be biased on this one. I'm letting you know. I'm
Hey,
letting
and
you know.
and
I'm excited.
speaking about champions and Dominican fighters, you got Mini Pac-Man going to Japan. Now the rumor is that he might take a L on this one. That's going to be a very tough fight for him.
Mhm. Well, Japan had their little rise, and due in part to fighters like Junto and Naoya Inoue and so forth, right? They had their little spark. Now, are they gonna come back from a high? They're gonna drop down. We just seen Brian Norman Jr. starch one. We saw the Mexican go out there and starch one. You know what I mean? So we're
You think
seeing
they're on their
more.
decline?
we're seeing. Listen, we're seeing more Japanese fighters lose in upcoming weeks and months of late. Okay, so uh, going to Japan is the right move because that's where the money is at for those little guys.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at. You got to be honest. So going out there for him. So mini Pac-Man, let's see what he happens. But when he comes back, cuando él viene para atrás, now we're gonna talk about who we could fight potentially next.
Hey, shout out to Joseph Narayan. He says salute to you, round one. And then
Salute.
Tone Def wants to know who's coaching Garcia.
Garcia, as in the one that
That
Xander is
fighting
fighting,
Zayas.
that
Yeah.
fighting Zayas,
Chino Garcia.
Chino Garcia.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look that up. Let's look that up first.
I don't know off top.
No, I'm gonna have to look that up right now. It's a good question, but I can definitely find out.
And if you want to know his first name, what's the most common Mexican name? Jose.
Jose. Jose. Hey yo, fuck you because that's my brother's name. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a Latin name, period.
All right. Well, uh, they don't. They don't have his coach, alias Chino, birth name. Okay, yeah, they got all that stuff. I don't see his. Hold on, let me check here. Hold on, let me check over here. Okay, Box Rec, hometown alias. Nope. Let's see if we can get his coach. Who's he coached by? Isn't he coached by
Robert Garcia.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it Robert? Yeah. Okay. Is it? You sure?
That's what it says. Or I just Googled it. It says Jose Chino Garcia's trainer is Robert Garcia, is well known boxing
Okay.
trainer. Yeah. So that's gonna
Okay.
be interesting. PR Boxing, what's up, huh?
He's got a big stable of fighters,
Oh,
Robert
well, I don't
Garcia.
know. I'm a little Oh shit. PR Boxing and Richard both said it's Coach Salas, the
Coach
Cuban
Salas.
guy.
See, I told you. Huh? Are you sure about that? Okay, wait a minute. We got some controversy. We got some controversy. Hold on.
Ooh, if it's Salas, I'm gonna have fun. Oh, I'm gonna have fun. If Zayas wins, oh se jodió se Salceda for real, for real.
What happened? Where did it all go wrong? Frontline, tell us.
With
Tell us.
Cesar?
Yeah, where did it all
So
go wrong?
do you know who Cesar Salceda is?
Yes, come on,
Okay.
man. Stop it.
All right. So where it went wrong was Cesar Salceda is Puerto Rican,
Okay.
right? But him and Salas are like really, really, really close. That the Puerto Rican community, we have an ongoing joke by saying that he holds it for Salas while he pees, and then he shakes it and dries it for him.
I thought it was
Now,
because of Subriel, but go ahead.
well,
Go ahead.
I'm giving you the backstory first.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, with the fight against Subriel and Puello,
Yeah.
since Salas is Puello's trainer,
Okay.
Cesar Seda went all over social media and on his channel that Puello was gonna school Subriel to the point where he's gonna be ashamed to be Puerto Rican.
Really? Okay.
So since Subriel won, but according to him, Subriel lost according to him. And ever since then, we just been roasting him on all the Spanish platforms.
Okay.
And and so now he's mad at a lot of us that okay,
Wha-
so Richard just said he's goofing around, guys. I don't know who trained Garcia.
Oh shit.
But that being said, we've been roasting him on the Spanish channels, and he's
Oh,
been getting back at us like on some disrespectful shit, calling us morons
oh yeah.
and all that shit. So it's just ongoing like Puerto Rican little type of rivalry against him because we always say that he sold his papers to a Cuban to come here legally so he could stay Cuban. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It's just it's a little thing. But anyways, so yeah, if it is Salas, I hope it is so that Zayas can give Garcia El Chinito a little boxing lesson, and we can come home with that victory and we can rub it in his face.
Ah, okay, hold
So
on.
I was on Google. Ring Magazine actually's got a clip out there. May 1st it came out.
Uh,
Hold on, Topology has something. Let me see what it says. George Luis Garcia. Oh, it's George Garcia. Where the hell did I get Jose from?
his name is George Luis Garcia. He is listed on BoxRec as a boxer, professional boxer throughout his special role, like fighters or coaches. It is expected that starting his professional. No, this is not a boxer's name. I want to know who his coach is. What are the uh I don't know.
Okay, never mind. So George Chino Garcia's trainer is Ignacio Nacho Beristain.
Ignacio Nacho?
Yep.
Ignacio Nacho.
He's
He
a throwback.
coach, trainer?
Yeah. Look, Naldo chimed in. He said Cesar thinks he's the only one that knows boxing. He's the boxing guru.
Oh no, of course, of course.
Oh, and for those interested on Authentico Boxing, August 10th, they're having a debate. It's gonna be El Filósofo versus Cesar Seda.
Uh,
It
did you like how Vic Season did that little video?
well, he got he did two, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He did one for Cesar Seda, and he also did one for our friend Antonio.
Yeah, I seen them both.
And he's supposed to be coming out with a remix.
Yeah.
He's gonna put both of them together and clown both of them. But
Uh
I don't know.
I
We'll see.
thought that that had to do something with it because when I said where did it all go wrong for you and him, and I thought those were some of the things with Vic Season and because of
What?
Subriel and everything. But
Well, no, it did. Cesar,
is it his
he's a
arrogance? Is it his arrogance?
yes. It's his arrogance. It's like, for an example, if he was to come on here, right,
Yep.
he will try to talk over you on your show and tell you that he knows more about boxing than you do. You want to answer that?
Listen, I think that that would be a great fight. Um, any fight is gonna have a problem with Sebastian Fundora, but he's definitely beatable. As you guys can see, Tim Zhu was landing that overhand shot. He just didn't have the pop. He took too much damage. Sebastian Fundora can crack. He made Tim Zhu. He's a tough kid. Tim Zhu's a tough man. He made him quit. He rattled Tim Zhu's head, bro. That he didn't want no more of those hands.
He said
And
no mas.
and I told you guys, I had Sebastian Fundora in the fight. I told you I think he's gonna wipe down Tim Zhu. Everybody thought I was crazy. But what do I know? I told you Sebastian Fundora can crack. He's punching at an angle going down. Tim Zhu is 5'8", and that's a lie. And then Sebastian Fundora is legitimately 6'5". You know,
Yeah, but Zayas is like 6'2", so I'm or
no,
6 feet.
Zayas is listed at 5'10" on BoxRec. First of all, I don't know if that's correct. He might get 6 feet for me now because he has been growing since they measured him when he debuted at 5'10". That's from
Right,
his debut. That hasn't
right.
been changed. So I think he has grown. He's about 6 feet. Yeah, I'll give him around 6 feet, pushing 6'1", on a Puerto Rican day, on his tall day, right? But he's definitely a lot taller and he has a better chance. And I think he has a good selection of punches where that he will make the Sebastian Fundora fight a lot more competitive, if not beat Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora is long but awkward. But as you could see, he has that punching power. So young Xander Zayas cannot take a lot of his power. I think he has to drag him out, work that body. I don't think from Sebastian Fundora can hide his torso. It's so long. It's going to be a target.
Well, Erickson Lubin dropped Fundora with body shots.
That's what I said. I
So
I
yeah,
don't
you're
think he
right.
could hide it. I don't think he could hide that long torso. I think it's
And
going to be there for the picking. I think that Xander has to make his way in, be intelligent with the jab. I think that he has to work off that front foot, off the front step, because he is long. Get Sebastian Fundora to divert to the old fighter and try to mix it up on the inside. Smother his work. He is long.
yeah,
You could
hey,
smother those punches.
Tone Deaf, it's hard to answer that question because it hasn't been tested yet. He said that he had Fundora as well against Zoo, but can Zayas take a punch? That question hasn't been answered yet.
Well, no,
Um,
I think it
he
has been. It's just that he took him so well that he made it look easy. I think that Xander Zayas can take a punch. I think he's been cracked by a couple of those fights. I remember there was a couple of those Mexican guys that did crack him, right? And he was stunned in one punt and one fight. I remember. I watched all his fights, Zayas' fights, right? So I've seen him go to war. He's not afraid to take a punch. He's not like a guy that's protecting his chin. I think he believes in it. Now, whether or not he can take the top guys' punches, that's what Frontline's talking about. We haven't seen that yet. The top punchers. But for his guys so far, he's taking those punches pretty good. He's taking them pretty good. So he's a strong kid.
he's still young too.
22 years old.
Still,
22 years old, bro. That's a baby, bro. He's growing in the
yo.
sport.
Speaking of that card, bro, that card is going to be fire. We got Juanita Lopez.
Yep.
We got Emiliano Vargas. We got John Santana. We got Rohan Polanco, Bruce Carrington, Shoo Shoo. There's a couple other fighters here that I don't know too much about.
Yep.
Steven Navarro and Julius Bayo.
Hmm.
Those are that's I'm just calling out the A side.
I t-
Uh
mm,
Bakovil, Jalolov. Never heard of a lot of these fighters, but I mean Steven Navarro, where's he from? He's from Los Angeles. The kid's 6-0 with 5 knockouts.
mhm,
He's fighting Christopher Rios, who's 11-2 with 7 knockouts out of
mhm.
California as well. Now, you know who he is, but a lot of people don't know who Quentin Randall is, the guy that Rohan
Right.
Polanco's fighting.
Right.
Um, the dude's no slouch.
No, he's not.
He took Brian Norman Jr. the distance,
Yep.
lost UD to Brian Norman Jr., but nevertheless took him to the distance.
Yep.
He also fought Boca Chica, which Boca Chica is on his decline, and Boca Chica took him 10 rounds to a UD.
Mm.
Boca Chica, in case of you guys that don't know who Boca Chica is, Boca Chica is the one that fought Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. dropped Boca Chica in the first round, and then Boca Chica came back and returned the favor and dropped Brian Norman Jr. in the first round. But it was
Mm,
ruled a no contest to a accidental headbutt.
mm. So I'm on the line that I was saying just the other day that I think that he's going to be the biggest test that Rohan Polanco is about to face. You know,
So
yeah.
to answer Tone Deaf, is it all an A side or 50-50? I want to say, let me see. So just to give you an idea, Juanma Lopez, Puerto Rican prospect, he's 2-0 with one knockout. He's the A side. He's fighting a another Puerto Rican who's 5 wins, 2 losses. 5 of those wins, 4 of them were by knockout. Um, that's I think that's pretty competitive for somebody starting up.
Yeah.
Emiliano Vargas, we all know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's 14-0 with 12 knockouts. Alexander Espinoza, that's who he's fighting. It's an Ecuadorian fighter who's 20 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 9 wins by knockout, and 2 of those 3 losses he got knocked out.
Mm,
Um, so that's it is a step up fight for Emiliano. I think he'll pass this one fairly easy. Juan Polanco, he's an animal, but I think this will be his biggest test yet. So I would say this could be more of a 65-35 fight, I think, in favor of
mm-hmm.
Rohan.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
wouldn't
agree.
say I wouldn't say 50-50.
No, I would agree, but it's
Um
going to be a good test, I think. And
John
Bruce
well
Carrington.
I'm going up in order from
Okay.
bottom to top. Giancarlo Santana, he's a up and coming prospect from Dominican Republic,
Yep.
a hell of a southpaw. He's 14-0 with 12 knockouts,
Mm-hmm.
and his opponent is a step up. It's 30 wins, 2 losses, and 17 knockouts.
Mm,
So that's a nice step up. And his 2 losses, they weren't against nobodies. He lost to Angelo Leo, who's a champion, and he also lost to Luis Pantaneri.
oh, okay, okay. Big
So
punchers.
so exactly. And he lost to Leo by majority decision, and to Neri he lost UD. So I don't know if that's a 50-50 fight, but I can definitely say it's a very, very big step up for John Santana.
Right. That's it.
Um
Yes, it is.
Bruce Shushu Carrington is fighting
Yep.
Mateos Heita, which is from Nambia. I want to say that's in Africa. Um, who is 14-0 with 9 knockouts. We probably never heard of any of his opponents because they were all in Africa, I think.
Mm,
Yeah. But nevertheless, 14-0, 9 knockouts. Shushu 15-0, 9 knockouts. I would say that's on paper, it's a pretty even fight.
right.
On paper.
All right.
Xander Zayas, 21-0, 13 knockouts. And George Garcia, his most recent win was against Charles Bad News Conwell. Excuse me. He also fought a Ducar. I don't even want to butcher his name, but he's a Uzbekistan fighter who's
Mm-hmm.
21-5 with 13 knockouts and 1 knockout out of those 5 losses. He got knocked out. Who else did he fight that's known? I
I
probably
mean
want to
that
say that's it.
that Charles Conwell win right there in itself. I
It's a
always,
big win.
yeah, because I always thought that Charles Conwell would honestly give Xander a run for his money, and I was a little scared for that fight for the young man. Like in today's standard, and here we are. He's fighting the guy that beat him.
Mm.
So you got to give Perez his credit.
And by the way, George Perez is 33 wins, 4 losses, 26 knockouts out of the 33 wins. So
26
he's
knockouts.
not a slouch.
Right. He knows how to stop guys and win fights. And but he lost four tough fights there. So um, he has lost. And Xander, he doesn't know how to lose. Um, this is gonna be a good test for both men. This is where they're at in their career. Respect to Perez. He's also chasing his dream of becoming a world champion, and Xander is also pursuing his dream. Which man, puts in the most work and wants it the most, and that comes with the best game plan on that night will be the victor. I may the best man win, but I have Xander in the fight, obviously, and I think the way that Xander's going to get it done, it's going to be have to be by aggression. It's
Yep.
going to be have to be he's going to have to be aggressive in this fight.
He's got to let
Uh,
his hands go
he's got to let his hands go. Yep, he's got to be
because
aggressive.
I think that's what failed Conwell. Conwell wasn't letting his hands go. I think
I
if Conwell would have let his hands go more,
Yeah.
I think he would have had a better chance.
Hmm.
PR boxing. Unfortunately, Randall is not the guy to test Rohan's chin.
Mm.
Um, Randall's got what was it? Where he at? Right here. He's
Yeah,
got
we
15 wins and only 3 knockouts out of those 15. So
Okay, okay, great. We didn't think that Bruno was gonna test Jaime
true,
Mugia's
true.
chin,
That's
so,
that's
and
that's
he put it on
true.
the bleachers up there, right?
That is
So
true.
this is boxing. You know what I'm saying? We could see Rohan get hurt or stunned by a punch he didn't see, and oh shit, and blah blah blah, and shit happens. And that's why we love to watch the sport because boxing will keep you honest. You make one bad mistake in there, and it's going to have you saying to yourself on the ride home, I'm better than that guy. I'm better than him. You're going to be kicking yourself in the ass, and the world's going to be thinking, oh, you fell off. Nah, you fell asleep behind the wheel.
Yeah, Retro says El General Vargas he fought bultos only.
Mm.
I I gotta say yes, but that's Bob Arum's way on bringing up
Yeah,
boxers.
but okay. Here we are. He fights cab drivers only, right? Okay. But he's a young prospect. He's
Right.
a he's not even a real contender yet. So he's young in his career too. So
Very
these
young.
so these guys that are fighting him, these alleged cab drivers, allegedly, he was supposed to be a cab driver too. You understand?
At one point, yes.
He was just a better cab driver. That's all. Then you got to separate yourself from those guys, get to the next level, then fight amongst them. And that's how you properly do it. Yes, we've had some spectacular guys that kind of flew past that stage. Yeah, but every fighter's not like that. He just looks a lot better than these guys. Emilian, the guy that he's fighting. So as he starts to go up, eventually he's gonna have to fight somebody. He's gonna have to fight somebody. So if you want to keep the training wheels on him, the difference between Devin Haney, Tank Davis, and all these other guys, Devin Haney went for it early in his career. While he was young, he dared to be great early. These other guys wanted to fight. No, this guy, that guy. I need more time. Devin got himself in the right position, and he took off.
Yo, you know what fight we need? You know what fight we need
What?
to shut Rohan the fuck up? Nicolas Flaz against Rohan Polanco.
Yeah, but I think that's like a title fight. I want one of them to get a belt. One of them to get a belt and then fight.
I think
I
the
think
closest one to a belt would be Flaz before Rohan.
Rohan, right, right. He could meet him there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around and go up there. Let's see. Whose belt can he take? Uh, I say,
He could
uh,
take Barrios,
well,
in my opinion. In my opinion,
yeah, the
um,
IBF is who's the
it's
IBF
vacant. It's
vacant?
vacant. Yeah.
So I
It
mean,
was Ennis's.
there's room here. Like, what are we talking? Like, Flies, go up there, get that IBF, do something. Like,
Yeah, well,
you know,
Nicolas Flaz is ranked number 9 in the IBF.
yeah,
Um, he's not ranked in the WBA.
he's 8 in the WBA. He's 8
No, he's 8 in the no. Is
WBA.
oh yeah. Sorry.
He's 8.
And then he's ranked 10 in the WBO. Now,
Yeah.
you know who else Rohan could beat for the regular title?
Uh,
Rolando
Rolando
Rolly.
Rolly. They were talking about having Rolando Rolly Romero fight Manny Pacquiao.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the last I heard, I don't know how true the report was because I didn't dig into it, but supposedly there's a rematch between Barrios and Pacquiao.
No, that would be a rematch among them. I don't think there was a rematch in the fight. I'm not
Oh no
sure
no no
what.
no 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 rematch clause. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's a
about among.
rematch they're talking about
Do you
making
really want to
happen
see that
again.
fight again?
Absolutely not.
All right then. But they were already throwing around the name, and I'm just, I'm in a couple circles. I know a couple people. You know what I mean? So fucking Rolly's name was being thrown out there for Manny Pacquiao, and that would be a better fight than Mario Barrio. But Rolly is foolish enough not to even recognize who Manny Pacquiao is and go out there and try to kill him.
Yeah.
Cause Rolly don't got that sense. Like
No, ese es retardadito.
he'll just go out there and try to punch his head right off his shoulders. Like, yeah, so and that'll stop this whole fucking thing of
Rolly takes the
Manny.
yellow bus to the events.
You know he will. And he'll attack him.
The little one
So
too.
he won't show him no kind of respect. I was like, that yo, guys, that's a dangerous fight because I think he'll try to actually hurt Manny. Like he won't Rolly won't have that, oh, you're a legend, I respect you shit. He don't
Yo, what's that viejo that put Rolly on his ass and they gifted him the fight? The Colombian guy.
yeah. I forget his name there. Fucking
Anyways, you
yeah.
saw you saw how
What's his name? Now you got me thinking of his name. What the fuck? All right, go ahead. What would you say?
well that's how he would treat Pacquiao.
Yeah,
He would
exactly.
not respect his age or he'll just go in there
And just yeah, he'll
and
try
just go
to
full what which is the fight, I get it.
full throttle.
Bang Bang says Rohan can fight the winner of Norman and Haney if Haney doesn't pull out. I think it's too soon for Rohan right now.
You think so?
I think so. And as much as Haney doesn't have power, Ismael Barroso. That thank you, Andrew.
Is my Barroso.
Um, I think Haney would probably outclass Rohan with the IQ. That's what I mean. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I mean anything can happen. I think. Well, then again, Rohan comes in a lot, so he might come in and catch Haney with something. But with Norman Jr., it'll be a tougher fight than a Haney. I think Haney he can beat Haney.
Yo, yo, Box Rec is ill, right? Or for the 135-pound champion, they've had Tank Davis's picture for like God knows how long. Ever since Shakur Stevenson beat William Cepeda, they took Tank's picture out. They got Shakur Stevenson's picture in. They don't even got Tank Davis as a champion on Box Rec because he's the WBA. You know how they don't honor the WBA? He's technically not even a champion on the Box Rec. Like if a casual was to go and look it up and didn't know what was going on between Box Rec and the WBA, they would swear to God Tank Davis is not a champion. His name is nowhere to be found. Yeah. They even acknowledge William Cepeda as
Intrum.
the interim, and they still acknowledge the IBF. Oh shit. Why do they have Vasily Lomachenko? That's not right.
No, he didn't he retire?
Yeah, he retired. But
Maybe because it's still vacant.
wait,
Oh
wait. But
no,
this
Murtai.
this is
No.
yeah, this is all old because Keyshawn Davis is still the WBO champion, and that's not true. So I gotta refresh this page or something. How do I do that right now? Because this information is not up to date. We need to refresh this mofo right now. Yeah, let's do that.
Yo, so what do you think is next for Subriel? Fucking around with Turkey.
I mean, Subiel hasn't really defined himself as a star figure to Turkey just yet. He hasn't, he's like, Turkey's like, getting him now, right? Okay. So you give Turkey blood, you give him excitement, you give him good numbers, and you see that the fans are starting to come out. Now you're in position to ask for something, you know.
Well,
So
let's play devil's advocate for a little bit because right right now Subriel is has no ties with Turkey outside of possible matchups. That being said, do you think Yomi might go a different route with another promoter like PBC or when I say PBC, I mean by a Gary Antoine Russell unification. Might he go? I don't know. Top rank route and unify with Teo, or
that
would he go to Eddie Hearn instead of fighting Dalton Smith, taking that IBF from Hitchens?
okay, that all of those things sound good. I mean, they're all options, ain't they? Those that's the one good thing we could say that Subriel does have options. And ever since he won that WBC world title, being the most prestigious belt, out of the four alphabet, we got to admit that the WBC is leading the way. That's the belt you're going to want to have. So, some of these fights look like setup fights. Some of them, I got to be honest.
Like the
I,
Dalton Smith fight?
yeah, yeah. It seems like they just want to get their belt around this guy with the right complexion for the protection out there, and get the belt around him, and then just hide him out there with the belt, having him fight a bunch of nobodies, and really capitalizing on his market out there for Dalton Smith, because you can do that. You could play keep away with the WBC. If there's any belt you could play keep away with, it's the WBC if you got them working with you. Okay. So I gotta admit that some of these fights for Subiel, it's not what Subriel wants. So you could obviously see who's in the driver's seat right now. It's Turkey.
Well, Jomi's got the option to decline that fight.
Well,
And he can go, like I said, he can go another route. He can go to PBC and get the Gary Antoine Russell. He can go to Matchroom and get the Richardson IBF title.
okay.
He can go. I don't even know who Teal. I don't. Is Teal with what ESPN anymore? Or he's a free agent.
I don't know what Teal's doing. I stopped following him.
All
But
right,
look,
but so Yomi can go to any of these big promoters. He can go to Golden Boy. He can go to Matchroom,
right.
PBC, and offer the Teal versus Matias fight as well.
Okay. Granted. Granted. I think even if Yomi was to do all that and get him those four fights you just mentioned, he won't
He
make more money than
They
he
find
will
Dalton Smith. Yeah, I
fighting
got you.
Dalton
I
Smith
got you. I
just
see
one
where you're
time.
coming from. I see
Yeah,
where you're coming from.
just one time, right? So it's probably more ben- business orientated, money wise, to go along with Turk and get that bag. But at the same time, listen, what I was saying was, okay, be that guy for now. Subriel Matias, play the part, play the part. You want me to fight that guy? Fine. I feel I can beat him anyway. So put him in front of me. So what are you giving me for this? Because I got unfinished business. I want to beat up Teofimo Lopez, and I want a shot back at Liam Paro. Those are my goals. This is my belt. So you want me to stop my plans for what? For Dalton Smith? How much you paying me for that? That much? Okay, I'll go whoop his ass. Now I whoop his ass. I even become that much more famous,
Yeah,
right?
but don't forget, you mentioned two fighters. You mentioned Teo and you mentioned Paro.
Right.
Let's not forget the rematch clause with Puello.
Right. And that's a third. That's even more unfinished business. So that's three guys, right? Okay. And maybe, just maybe, Subriel wants to unify. He wants that Gary Antoine Russell fight. He wants the Teo fight more than ever. Okay. Teo, I just don't think wants to fight him. That's where that comes from. Right. So, so the one good thing I can recognize in a Subriel Matias situation, he has options. He
A
has
lot of
options,
them.
a lot of options. And right now, I think his best option will to be to fight that man Dalton Smith. He has three daughters that are gonna grow up, and they each of them want a car, and they want their nails done. And daddy's little girls, they expensive. You know what I'm saying? Them little girls is expensive as hell. You know, my sons, they cool with ripped jeans and going outside with those same jeans for a little while. They're cool with that. Not the little ones. No. They might be more less expensive as far as you could buy your daughter three pay less shoes, but your son wants one good pair. You know what I mean? So it's a
Yeah.
little different, right?
It's
Because I
always cheaper to dress a girl than this to
right
dress a
because
boy.
it was always like my daughter, but they would want a lot of it.
Yeah.
There was much more of the girls' bags than it was my son's bags. I always remember that shit because they always want accessories to go with everything.
Yo, we
Okay.
got to talk to Matias because he was holding the purse. I don't know if he trying to do a tank thing there in that Teo
Nah,
confrontation.
nah. That wasn't a purse. That was a statue, a man's carry-on bag, but they just made it big because if Sobia Matia does it, then that's a huge wallet. But if Teofimo Lopez did it, then that's a fucking purse. Okay? That's a purse. That's a goddamn purse. Okay? Where he puts his tampons in. But if Subriel Matias does it, that's just a big ass wallet. That's all that was. It
Hey
was a
yo, but what
big man
happened to
wallet.
Teo Senior? All the shit he taught, he literally played
He's
again.
an
Play,
old
play it
man.
again. Come on, play it again.
He's
Play it
an
again.
old man. Oh my
Play,
God. Yeah.
play.
Anything to play it
Vamos a
again.
quemar. Whoever
Ah,
owns that YouTube channel is gonna get a lot of views here at Round One Sports Talk.
yo, these dudes is nasty work with it, huh? Look, they ain't giving them Tio no kind of way out, huh? Let's check. Hold on. Where's my man at? Hold on. We gotta set it up. Where's the volume? Okay, hold up. Why isn't it giving you the option to the volume? Is it on? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, here it is. Hey.
No, llévatelo para allá. Llévatelo para allá.
Rewind it.
Okay, rewind it.
Ahora, ¿qué pasó? En noviembre, ¿cuándo tú vas a pelear? ¿En un gol? ¿En un gol? ¿Cuándo tú vas a pelear? ¿En un gol? ¿Cuándo tú vas a pelear? ¿En un gol? ¿Cuándo tú vas a pelear? ¿En un gol? ¿Van 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 a pelear? ¿En un gol?
Bro, you hear that shit clear.
No,
Can't
llévatelo para
nobody
allá.
say that he missed.
Yo,
Nothing.
Yo, get that motherfucker out of here, bro.
Oh, now security gets in the way. He wanted to talk slick.
Yo sí que tengo los míos bien puestos, hija de la puta. Yo sí que tengo los míos bien puestos, cabrón. No, llévatelo para allá. ¿Cuándo tú vas a pelear? ¿En un gol? 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 ¿Cuándo tú vas a pelear?
You ain't shit, Edwin.
yo,
Llévatelo para
me.
allá.
What do you mean? That's not me. That's AI. It
Hey
keeps doing
yo,
it. You know what
but
I
but
mean?
but as you see that again,
Yeah.
what happened to Teo Senior? All the shit he talks and he's ready to rumble and All this rah 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 rah. What happened?
Listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Reality is much different than that, but you gotta act like you have sense when you're out and about. I'm glad that Subriel Matias didn't get himself in trouble. He got his point across. I think the world heard it. Everybody is thanking him for that, for putting Teofimo Lopez in his place. And I like the way it went. I'm glad that nobody seriously got hurt or anything like that, or any charges were brought up.
Well, we
You
don't know
know,
that yet. We don't
yeah,
know that yet because
well,
Teal could have woke up with a concussion.
yeah, and he could be filing charges as we speak. Well, we don't know that. But the thing is that so far, no. So I'm glad that it didn't get out of hand. The message was clear, the point was made, and TOC's that, you know, this shit will catch up to you.
Hey, Bang
You
Bang said, let's not forget that the 140 WBC belt belongs to PBC. And if anyone will cross Turkey, it will be PVC. So, yeah, a Russell unification makes sense since Belfino wants no smoke.
Right, right. And I don't think he does want any smoke. And after getting smacked, he really felt his power. Now he's really going to shy away. You know what I mean? He's like, damn, that Subriel smack. It's kind of hard. you
Look at
know?
look at what PR Boxing says: Centil, banana, and watermelon
Ah, perfect, right?
with a
See
get
how
well
he
card. With a get
see
well card.
with a get well card. See how he likes it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So listen, fight fans, listen, man, you guys are the best, man. Love having you tuned in, locked in, talked about all the interesting things in boxing. Uh, but we have some big fights are heading in our way. So I can't wait. I want to see Xander Zayas uh fight Perez for that WBO world title. I'm excited for that fight. The card, I want to see a lot of these fights. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. Hit that bell notification icon. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and become a Round One Sports Talk member. Frontline, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody sharing in the chat. Everybody in the chat, Round One Sports Talk family. Salute to everybody, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And I'm out.
Suave,